Well, hello everyone. My name is Sean. I am the Cryptosmith. All right, I got to say that. So hope everybody's Saturday is going well. You guys are enjoying the Thanksgiving holiday, if that's something you do in your country of origin. I had a 4-day weekend, which is nice. Another day off tomorrow, which is super cool. Not a huge fan of work in general, so always nice to take time off. Um, yeah, I don't know. Not a whole lot else is going on today. But we do got some things to cover because I know I did a Thursday stream, Thanksgiving stream, and I appreciate anybody who was there. That was cool. Especially this guy right here, Happy Man. Great to have you again. Always a pleasure. Happy Man is from Brazil. I hope you're doing well down there. Do you work a normal kind of a normal schedule, a normal job, like a Monday through Friday type deal, or is it just maybe retail type where you work, whenever, wherever? Good to have you. So today we're gonna go over some stable fund stuff again for those of you who didn't make it on the Thursday live stream, and then some Optimus stuff. I just watched a DeFi Dude video for Optimus OPT3. And there's definitely some updates. And so we'll talk about that a little bit, see what's going on. And then MetaMonkey, of course, one of my favorite projects going on right now. I've got Lily Finance just pulled up here because if you guys don't know, Lily Finance was kind of what came up during the Saitama whole train wreck that was going on. And the SATA Mask and the SATA Pro and all that stuff. And they kind of had a bit of a falling out because Lily Finance was supposed to launch, and they were waiting for SATA Mask to be, done, finished, launched, bug free, and of course, Saitama just couldn't get it together. So, Lily Finance had to go and basically launch on their own, and they didn't launch on the SATA project. So, a little bit of falling out there. I have not followed them, although Ryan Patrick does cover them, and I believe he's involved somehow, and maybe just doing some marketing, but. And I respect Ryan a lot. So I know that they've been doing okay. Their chart, is about the same as everybody else's chart, right? You really can't expect anything different. So they just came out and said that they're going to get listed on Coinbase, which is shocking to everybody. Number one for me, because they're really not on a lot of other exchanges. Number two, they've got Reflections, I believe, still. And number three, they've got 9 zeros in their price. And I know it's damn near impossible to get on big exchanges when you have all of those zeros and you've got Reflections, because exchanges don't like Reflections. But if it's true, right? Everybody's saying, a lot of people are saying that there's no way that's not true. It's fake. They're just trying to do it to pump the token, pump the price. But I mean, at this point, I don't know anything about these guys really. I know Brad Beatty's the CEO, and they're doing good things for children, kind of a children's hospital medical type project. So no hate for them at all. But it's going to be interesting to see on 12/9, on December 9th, they're supposed to launch on Coinbase, which would be super cool to see. But I'm very interested to see how that goes and how that was possible if a lot of these others cannot get on Coinbase. So maybe there's some extra, extra connections there. Maybe they have the hospital level in the medical field. But Happy Man, great to have you. Tim, hey bud, what's going on, Tim? Hope you're having a great Saturday. Just getting notification. Just getting notification for what? Daniel Gayton. Hey Daniel, how you doing? Hope your Saturday is going well. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. You and your family. Hey, Daniel. I'm here listening in. All right. Jeremy, Crypto Realist. Hey, Quality Crypto from across the pond. So everybody likes to say. Very large pond. Quality Crypto, good to have you. Jeremy. Hey, Quality. Yeah. So what do you guys think about Lily Finance? Have you guys even heard of it? It hasn't been that popular. I know it's a real business. Like, this isn't just some kind of shady, scammy thing they're trying to do. It's, they've really incorporated it in this a children's type medical charity. So I hope they do well. I mean, there's no reason for them not to do well. Unfortunately, in a bear market like we've got, it's just everything kind of sucks. But they did have this pump, and this was based on that listing notification, and then it dropped down, and people taking profits, or maybe people the FUD maybe kicked in, and so people thought, well, maybe it was not real. But at this point, I have no reason to believe it's not real. They said it's going to be. They said it is what it is. If we look at the price, they've been doing not much since they launched. I mean, they were way up here, but like every other token, they've been down here. I don't know what they do, so I can't really speak intelligently on that, but obviously they've had some good price action lately. Chaka Crypto. Hey, what's going on, Chaka? How you doing out there? You working today? You off today? Hey, Chaka. Queen Perseverance, I appreciate you showing up. What's up? What's up? Smash the like on the way in. I appreciate that. Please do as instructed and smash the like on the way in. Tim Shea, hey. Tim Shea, I don't believe it's getting listed on Coinbase. So for the reasons I listed, or just you think it was some sort of a pump scheme? I mean, I really hope, I hope it's not, because this has become too normal. Right? Too normal for crypto projects to do this, to put out information just to get the price to pump and say, oh, well, it was a mistake. We thought it was, maybe it was we got notified from some fake Coinbase account or something. I don't want to believe that, but that's entirely possible. Hey, Tim Babe. So anyway, that's Lily. Nothing bad to say about them. Like I said, I don't know a ton of what they're doing, but I hope for what they've said is true for crypto's sake, because this is just another one of those. If it turns out to be fake, it's not going to be good. Right? They're going to get pummeled. Pump scheme. Hope I'm wrong, but don't think I am. Yeah, it's hard to imagine. It is hard to imagine, but just because these other tokens haven't been able to do it doesn't mean there isn't going to be a first. And hopefully they're the first. And here's my psychology going into this, right? If you're a project out there and you're trying to figure out ways to get some price action moving, get a little excitement going in your base, maybe try to attract some more investors, do you think this is the way to do it? Do you think you're gonna lie or come up with some scheme like this and say, oh, hey, we're going to get listed on some super big exchange that nobody would believe, or nobody wants to believe, knowing what happens on the other side of that, right? And what happens on the other side of that? They get absolutely pummeled in social media, and everybody sells off except for the maxis, and the price tanks, and then it's another crap project. I hope also, I hope that's not the case. Got to get Chick-fil-A today, because tomorrow I won't be able to. Chick-fil-A, huh? You're a Chick-fil-A guy? Never been a fan, honestly. I've tried them. I've had it about 3 different times. They have it here where I live. They've had it in California where I lived before, but just never knew. I never understood the attraction. Of course, I'm a huge In-N-Out, guy, and there's a lot of people who can't stand In-N-Out either. But Sniff, I appreciate you showing up. I do. Good to see you again. Just saw you a few days ago. Hey, Sniff. Yo, Tim Shea. Chick-fil-A is cracked to me. Really? Yeah, it has a huge following, and that's why I'm like, well, you know what? I'm going to go give it another chance. It's been a year since I've had it. Maybe it's different, but to me, it's just dry ass chicken and 2 pieces of bread. I just don't like it. I haven't followed it in a long time. I hope it's real. I had a little girl in there for the announcement. Yeah. If they're, I don't know if you want to use the term exploiting, but if they're using children for marketing like that not in a negative way, they're going to deserve all of the FUD, all of the negative attention that they get. So hopefully this is not the case. Cane's way back. I don't know what Cane's is. Cane's is at a restaurant chain where you're at, Drew. Drew, thanks for showing up. I appreciate you being here on a Saturday. Probably not going to go too long today. Maybe hour and a half. I got some things, some Christmas decorating responsibilities I've got to get to. before the weather gets too cold. In-N-Out man myself. Okay, excellent. Yeah, it's one of those divisive restaurants, right? And Chick-fil-A is one of those. In-N-Out's another one, where people either love it or they hate it. And I absolutely love it. I'm not wild on the French fries, unless they're hot and they're monster style, right? They got to be monster style with the melted cheese and the onions and their special sauce, which I think is just like Russian dressing, or not Russian dressing, but Thousand Island dressing. But it has to be hot because once they get cold, they're inedible. Hey, Drew. Hi, Sniff. Cane's Chicken. Okay, I've never heard of it. We don't have it here in Idaho. I want to try Chick-fil-A and In-N-Out. We don't have those here. Yeah. Yeah, I'll bet at some point they'll probably try to get out there. I mean, they're very choosy. In-N-Out is very choosy about where they go. We've been petitioning here in the Boise area for several years to get an In-N-Out here, and they waited and waited and waited, and I guess they're looking for a specific market size, and we're still considered, I guess, small-ish, on the grand scheme of things. But now this year they've got two that are going to be open in 2023, and I can't wait. They're already starting to build, so maybe another 6 months or so they'll be open. We just got a Top Golf here, right? Which I'm super pumped for that because I am a golf fanatic. Top Golf, they're going to be opening, I believe, in the next couple of weeks right here. So and they're already booked like for 6 months. So it's going to be tough to get a spot. I want to try it. Yeah. Five Guys. Okay. Five Guys is great too. I love Five Guys. Do you go seasoned fries or unseasoned fries? That's the key to Five Guys. Got to eat them right after they make them. Yeah. That's the fries, the monster style fries, or if you can even get them regular, like I said, and In-N-Out, once they get cold or they're not hot anymore, they're garbage. Chick-fil-A, not good. Bojangles, 100 times better. Okay. I'm not eating a Bojangles. Is that more of a fried chicken? Because I know Chick-fil-A is really known for their regular chicken patties, which I just don't understand. Crypto realist. Five Guys is good. Yep. Raising Cane's chicken fingers are the best. Hey, let me ask you guys a question. Here's another food question. So since I lived in Southern California before I moved here, when I moved here, there were two things on menus that I've never heard of. One of them is fry sauce, right? You say, well, that's ketchup. Well, no, here fry sauce is a totally different thing. It's ketchup and it's probably mayonnaise and some certain spices and stuff that's a little bit different. And everybody has it here, and we were surprised. I've never heard of it. Never heard of it. Plus, they have steak fingers. So, like chicken fingers, they've got steak fingers, and that wasn't a thing where I lived back in California. So, it's just the same thing, pounded out steak of some kind, deep fried. Pretty damn good. I'll be honest. Real good. You can keep In-N-Out on the West Coast. Okay. So there we go. There we go. Top Golf is cool. Yeah. I've never even been to Top Golf, even though I've been to some cities that I just never had a chance to go. But I am looking forward to it, especially during the winter when, obviously we can't play golf here in the winter. A lot of golf courses are closed down. Once it starts to frost over, you're not allowed on the grass any longer. Bojangles is chicken only. Okay. How about Popeyes? We have Popeyes here. I like that. They're spicy chicken. Fry sauce is life. So you know about fry sauce, huh? And maybe it exists outside of Idaho as well. I've not experienced it until I moved here, and people thought I was crazy that I never even heard of it. Would you like fry sauce with that? What the hell is fry sauce? You mean ketchup? No, it's different. So yeah, so that's our food rant for today. And Lily Finance. So let's go over I have a story I wanted to go through real quick about Alameda Research and FTX, but I'm going to do that in a minute. Stable Fund, no updates. We're still waiting, right? I think December 5th. I went ahead. I didn't hit the reset button. So if you guys are in Stable Fund, I didn't hit the reset button, but it had another button down here that says take your refund, right? Which I had already chosen to take a refund. So I just hit that button. Hopefully I'm good. I made my decision. It's final. I'm just going to get a refund, probably put a little bit into OPT3 and then buy some more XRP or something if I even get the refund. And if I do, I'm going to be pretty stoked. And I'm still going to follow Stable Fund, right? Because it's a great show, right? It's a good drama to follow and to keep up on, like a soap opera. Do they deep fry the ketchup? No, they don't deep fry the ketchup. I mean, but this is America, so you know that might be a thing. You might find that in the South where they deep fry everything. I hope not. Yeah, that doesn't sound very good. Good decision, Drew. About my Stable Fund refund. Yeah, you know what? I was going to go with the Matic rollover, even though I know it's hard to see, even though this is way more than it was supposed to be. So putting myself in a situation where I'm only going to get to 20%, which would be what, another 400 and something Matic tokens above this. So maybe 4,900, close to 3,000, which is still decent. And then do it basically for the content. That's why I was going to do it, but I'm going to do the content anyway. I do think my concerns and other concerns you guys did raise, you know, people much smarter than me, that likely to see a mass exodus on day 63 or 64 when that first opening comes up for people to sell after that initial lock period. Seems like they reset for you. I haven't updated my decision yet. Yeah, I don't know if I have to do I still have to hit reset and then choose refund, or I just sit? What do you guys think? I wasn't 100% of that one. I'm very on the fence with V2 at the moment. I have another wallet that has 0 refund, but a chunk to roll over, and my main wallet has the big rollover. Still time to think, thankfully. Yeah. Which I'll be interested to hear what your decision is. Like I said, mine's final now. I'm done. Quality's still bitter. You guys still got to go watch one of his videos he did about Stable Fund. It was pretty good. He was he was throwing both hands. He was just, you know, bobbing and weaving, left jab. It's pretty funny. I'm not angry. I mean, I can understand why people get upset, but you know, I expect it, right? If something fishy doesn't happen, then it seems weird to me. You know, in this DeFi, you know, DGen DeFi type space, where they're all going to go away at some point. Every single one of them. None of them are going to make it. So it's just a matter of how long are they going to go? Can you make profit? Can you get your money back? And then get out, you know, before things start to go downhill. You gone straight to V2, Paul DeClerc. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate you joining the chat here. Anybody else out there who's just watching, feel free to jump right in, just say hi. Especially if you're somebody new, you know, love to see some new names roll through here. Straight to V2. Yep. Like I said, I was considering it, and but this right here, this capital lock 63 days, you know, I don't know. I think a lot of people are going to take their 20% extra and then bounce after that. So then we'll see what the stable coin, this SFUSD, if it's really pegged to anything stable, that's going to be able to weather that storm. We'd love for someone to ask Michael in the next AMA if he'll show proof of assets and what he actually has to back the token. Also, how much they make a day trading. So they're going to show you. Now, they've said they're going to show twice a week trades that they've actually done. So, and we're going to get both, you know, you're going to get both camps on this one. You're going to get some people who say, well, those aren't the real trades. They're just showing some trades just to show you something. And some are going to believe, you know, everything they say. So, you know, which one are you going to be? I guess it depends on what it looks like. So it should show you, you know, what the outcome of those trades were, right? That's what people want to see. Are you really making 1%? But remember, these are just trades, and I'm sure these are just how do I say this? These are just going to be a few trades, I imagine, of the multitude of trades that they're going to be doing throughout a day or a week. Some of them long-term trades, some of them short-term trades. So I'm sure they can show you more than 1% per trade, and they may not show you the trades that are losing money. But I think we're going to get to see something. Show proof of assets. I'm not sure if he plan on doing that. I know he said he comes from money. He has a lot of Bitcoin, which is he's putting up his own money, right? And I liked it when he says his own money because he's taken quite a bit of our money. But so his own Bitcoin holdings, he's liquidating to back the stable fund USD coin. I was thinking if we can claim 7% a week after 9 weeks, we'll have 63%. Is it worth the risk? Yeah, well, yeah, and you can compound, but then again, you compound, it's locked another 63 days. But yeah, to me, the risk for me wasn't very big. I mean, 2,300 Matic, yeah, it's a couple $1,000, I guess. But that's money I had already written off, and I thought maybe it'd be more fun just to kind of chase it along and do some more videos and get some more content. But I am human, and if I went through and I lost another, let's say this was 3,000 Matic tokens, and then something happened before 63 days is up, and he decides to bounce with the money, I'm going to be pretty pissed, and I'll probably be mad at myself for not just taking the refund. So, like I said, I got better things to do with the Matic tokens, and we'll just move on. But I'll still follow the show. I'm an options and future trader myself. Consistent 2% a day is not outrageous, but 3 days before V1 shutdown, I warned them in Discord that them trading with unlocked funds is an effed up. Oh, yeah. Okay. So isn't it basically was going to get screwed at some point. So Paul, then how are you in OPT3? And the big question for me has always been, how does DeFi Dude allow you to hold your own, the OPT3 token in your MetaMask wallet or Coinbase wallet, whatever it is you have it in? You can sell it anytime. There are no fees. How is he able to perform and get the 1% a day that he's paying, as opposed to stable fund? That they have to have it staked for so long. What's the difference? What am I missing there? You sound like a much better or a much smarter guy than I am, so hopefully you can explain that to me. Which exchange? Yeah, I want to know which exchanges they'll use. Yeah, and hopefully we'll hear. Here's the problem, though. You have to make a decision basically 10 days before they're going to get started and probably give you that information. So you're still making a choice based on less than all the information. And nobody likes to do that. So again, that's why this is a complete slot machine, lottery play. Oh, hang on. I missed one. What was that? Won't be compounding at all for 63 days if I choose to get in. Yeah. We heard they say they had 35 million fiduciary, but never shown proof. Yes, they said they had a lot. I mean, there was a lot of money that rolled through there. I think he mentioned at some point that he lost some that was on FTX, which is it's a great excuse. He never had to show any proof of that. Won't be compounding. Howdy, y'all. Marty, how you doing? Hope your Saturday is going well. Thanks for joining me on this fine Saturday after Thanksgiving. I'm in on V2, but I have some reservations. Crypto Hog, hey, thanks for joining me again. Reservations on his stablecoin. Yeah, I think we all do. We all do. Is he really going to have it backed with his Bitcoin or whatever funds he's going to throw up there? I honestly believe at this point in this process, he is concerned. People are going to be able to find out who he is. Somebody's going to point out who he is, where he lives, who his family is, right? Who his partners are. They're going to find him, especially with this kind of money. So I think his main concern is trying to get as many people paid back, at least their initial investment, as he can, to mitigate that legal risk. So, and that's kind of what I heard in his voice. Hey, I'm sorry. It's my fault. I shouldn't have blamed you guys. But going down that road, like I said before, bringing out that human side. And I mean, I want to believe him. I want to believe that it was just a mistake. It was a bad confluence of events that happened that create everything. But then again, we don't know, and we're not going to know unless actually, we may not ever know. When the powers that be merge neurotech with blockchain, that's when will be our matrix pods. Yes. I worry about that. Not in my lifetime, but maybe my kid's lifetime. There's going to be some weird uh, movie, Hollywood movie type stuff going on. You're in the Matrix, or you're just sitting on your in a recliner, in your living room, and you're just plugged into the metaverse. And that's how you that's how you work and earn money, and 20 hours a day is spent, just plugged in, and you have no communication with anybody on the outside. Quality. I wouldn't either, giving myself until Monday to decide. Okay. Yeah, you still got a few more days. Stable fund offering 7 days a week is a big factor as to why it appeals to me. Again, 5 days a week was still good, but yeah. And that brings up another point, right? I mentioned before, we want to say, oh, it's only 5 days. They were only going to do 5 days a week. So I'm only going to get 5% a week on my money, right? I mean, when you think about the regular world, right, that's an insane thing to think about, because that's a ridiculous amount of return on your money. But then you have to figure out, is that really sustainable? I don't believe that Optimus is trading in the way Stable Fund is. So how are they producing that 1%? I mean, they seem very, very confident in moving this Optimus token forward, that this thing is going to last a long time. Yeah, Tim, I'm waiting for one more AMA, hopefully next week, then to decide fully. Could tell you, got to him a lot with the legal threats he was reading for weeks. Yeah, for sure. I mean, even if you have millions and millions of dollars that you've taken, and maybe you have hidden somewhere in some offshore accounts that you can get to, you're not going to make it forever. You're not going to run forever in this day and age with the technology that exists, that you can backtrace wallets and IP addresses and all this stuff, right? Somebody's going to find out who he is and hold him accountable, should this thing just go, tits up or continue. Apparently his other project was paid back, except for that payback in SRocket. Yes, he did. And that's what kind of intrigued me in the very beginning of getting into Stable Fund was the fact that I didn't hear anybody. There wasn't anybody out there who was in his previous project that, to me, was a complete Ponzi that didn't get paid back. So nobody complained. I'm thinking, okay, there's something to it. At least it seems like he's trying to do the right thing, and hopefully that's what he's doing here. He's just having a harder time doing it because I imagine this is involving a lot more money than he is used to holding. Novatech is paying 3%. Yeah, I've seen Novatech, and I looked at them, and I thought 3% a week. That's lame. Like, why would I do that? I'm in crypto. I want a 10x gain every day if I can. This is what leads us into this degen DeFi situation. It seems to be OP3 bot is like an LMS controlling the price. I don't know what LMS is. The mint and burn as needed. Stable Fund is trading on MT4 with proper brokerage account. I recognize the brokerage in that statement posted. Yeah, MT4. I've traded MT4 before, just my own self a few times. Just a platform. So what is LMS controlling the price, mint and burn as needed? So OPT3, for those of you who don't know or who haven't watched the latest video, let's see, let me get to the beginning of my notes here. So he's boasting he's got 7,000 members on Discord, which is cool. He's got a very small, I think 400 or 500 people on his premium membership, which you had to have like 4,000 OPT tokens before, which at that time was $6,000 worth. He's recently upgraded it to 10,000 OPT tokens in order to be in his group. And he's going to be giving away 20,000 tokens per week to his premium members. So I've never been a fan. I mean, it's cool for those of you who have money and are into that, but I've never really been a fan of giving the people at the top, right? People who have the most money, just continue to give them more money. So, I don't know. That's up to him. It's his money. He can do whatever he wants. Well, I've got Waddy here. Waddy the Crypto Hunter. What's happening, brother?
Good, Sean. Yourself?
I'm not doing bad. Not bad at all. Just hanging out on a Saturday, chatting about some degen DeFi stuff.
Nice, nice. What you got involved, or what are you getting yourself involved into?
Nothing good, I can tell you that. Basically, this is Stable Fund. I've been talking about him for a long time. This is an OPT3,
Yeah.
which is Optimus, which is just a protocol that's paying you 1% a day on your staked funds in Stable Fund, and 1% on your unstaked funds in OPT3 or Optimus. So I'm just kind of giving everybody an update on what's happening. The recent news. I can tell you, DeFi Dude. I don't know if you've ever seen him. DeFi Dude is making $300,000 a month on his project, which is good to see. So he can afford to give away 20,000 tokens per week to his premium group.
Nice.
So, like I said, I've never been a fan of, if you have to have basically $10,000 worth of his token in order to be in his premium group, and then he's going to give those people extra tokens. So
yeah.
I mean, good for him. He can do that. But the big thing now is on his video that he just did today, he burned 200,000 tokens because it's inflationary at this point. He's trying to get the supply down. But then there's going to be a team burn of 1 million tokens tomorrow. So that's something we've got to look forward to. But he's got to figure out. Yeah. But then now they got to figure out a mechanism to really kind of maintain that deflationary type status, and that's going to be a much harder thing to accomplish.
Yeah.
Well, don't even consider Stable Fund as part of the DeFi space. Yeah, and when I say DeFi, I use that term very loosely, right? You have DeFi from Aave, financial to to this basically on the low end. This is just the gambling style DeFi. The other type, is kind of your lending platforms and your real financial businesses in DeFi. So, but I use that term to cover everything, and I'm usually pretty good about specifying this is degen DeFi. So it's not really the same thing. This is gambling. OPT3
well,
is trading.
I like the way you use the term. It is straight up degen, straight gamble.
This is a gamble. Yeah, this is I take maybe 5% of what I have in crypto, and I'm putting it out there into just these gambling plays. You might make money, probably going to lose money, but it's really more for the fun of it than anything else.
Yeah. No, and if you're wondering why I got the camera off, give me a minute. I'm actually trying to see if I log in from my laptop. Haven't used it in a long time, but let me see how it looks.
Cool. I thought maybe you were getting undressed.
Nah. Not on your stream, at least.
Not on my stream. Okay, I appreciate it. So OPT3 is trading all the big cryptos as well. He said, to gain more revenue. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how far this one goes. Stable Fund, what was 7 months? I mean, if we can get 7 months, if we can get 9 months out of this, fantastic. I'll be surprised if it goes a year. Crazy comp running with MMAI at the moment. 10 ETH up for grabs. Crypto Overlord, welcome to the channel. I appreciate you showing up. Thanks for the support. Yeah, I've seen MMAI has got basically a buy challenge right now, and you can win 10 ETH. Right, if you have the biggest buys over a period of time. Let me go to my profile here and 48-hour 16 ETH holiday event. Yeah, mega biggest buy competition. So yeah, they're looking for buys, right? But they're giving away a lot of ETH in the process. First place gets 10 ETH. If I had like 20 grand right now just to throw at it, I'd probably do it. The only issue with this, and I haven't really seen it. I mean, yeah, the price is just going to go up and down. You're going to hold it for the specified period of time, but then maybe you're going to dump it after that and keep your 10 ETH. But it's interesting to say the least. This one here, though, this is the last buy competition. Now, this is the first time I've heard of this type of competition. So basically, whoever the very last purchase during this 48 hours of 0.05 ETH or more will win 1 ETH. I mean, that's a pretty good return on your money.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool.
No, I was just saying that's pretty good if you ask me.
Yeah. So you got to figure out how to time it just perfectly. So I think we might see a whole bunch of small, buys coming in right at that last, the last few minutes.
Yeah, it's funny because I was actually thinking of joining that competition. But then I thought about it. I'm like, with my timing, I'm going to end up losing it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't really lose because you get to buy more tokens.
Well, that's true too. That's true.
Just in time for the holidays. Like I said, maybe these MetaMonkey tokens will make great stocking stuffers for those loved ones in your family.
Oh, yeah.
Liquidity
See,
made off.
I was just speaking to some friends about MetaMonkey AI, and I was telling them, like, don't focus on the chart. Focus on the fact that this is a real project. Focus on the fact that later on, when they start putting out all the utilities, everybody's going to be a happy camper.
Yeah, for sure. And this was, I was just talking to somebody at work a few days ago about all the different types of people who get into crypto like this, right? And I'm not talking about the blue chips. I'm talking about the meme tokens, the community space, right? You've got those, and this is the largest portion. You've got those that are just looking for that initial pump once the token comes out, and that's it, right? They sell, they're gone. They don't care about the project, they don't care about the community. They just want the money. And if they don't get that money, now they turn into fudders. And so, and that's really kind of where we're at. And then you have some like us, and I'm more of the tech guy now in this project, right? Other projects, yeah, I've got in the beginning hoping for a 2, 3, 5x, and then I was going to get out. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. And hopefully going forward, developers understand that process that happens. That the bulk of the money coming in at the beginning is going to look to get out as soon as they can. They're not there for the long term. They're not there to support the project. And it seems like every time we come up with a new project, everybody's shocked, that the chart tanks after the first week, after everybody starts, pulling their money out and moving on to the next project. So we represent this smaller portion that is looking at the tech and looking at the future of the project and actually supports the project itself. So
exactly.
That's why it's easy to say don't look at the chart, right? Because the chart sucks, but everybody's chart sucks right now. So it isn't about the money, it's not about the price currently for us. And I know it's true for you, especially in this project as well, Wadi.
Yep. I mean, I believe in the project. I believe that it's going to do great. I mean, is it taking its time right now? But then the market itself, it's not looking great. So overall, just like you said it yourself, we're not here for the money. We're here more because we believe in it. And if you believe in something, what do? You support it as much as you can.
Yeah, if you can get into the project and you really, really believe in that. And obviously, and I'm not a maxi of MetaMonkey. I mean, I like it. It's a great project. It's definitely one of my top long-term plays. But it's okay to get into other projects and support them as well. And I know we have, we keep having fights back and forth between projects. Quality Crypto says that's cheeky marketing to buy more. Yes, it is. It is marketing to buy more.
Let me in. I'm on the computer. I'm closing this one out.
Let me remove the other one. You got an echo going.
What? I mean, I closed it. Hold on.
Hang on, I'm going to remove you. Go ahead.
All right, give me a second because for some reason it's still open on here.
It's lagging.
Yeah, it's a little laggy. It's kind of close on my end.
Exit out of there.
There you go.
Let me see.
There
Let
you
me
go.
see. There we go.
Told you.
So
I can't handle 2 Waddies on the channel.
Hi, Sean.
hold on, Sean, because now I want to hear Jack. Talk now.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Yep, I got you. But I can
All
hear
right.
myself in your audio.
Okay, let me put a background real quick.
Quality Crypto is correct. That is cheeky marketing. Absolutely. And this is another question that people have to answer and have to think about is what kind of marketing can you do right now in this in this bear market, right? Nobody wants to get in. Everybody's afraid of it. Every time we turn around, there's some other big player going out of business, taking millions of people's money with it. So you have to really get creative, to try to get a little bit of people talking about it and getting more eyes on it, even though most of those people are already going to be in the crypto world.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, eventually, when the market recovers, then you're gonna be able to see more people FOMOing in the project itself.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Tim Shea says, "Hey, Waddy." Daniel says, "Hey."
What's going on, Tim? What's going on, Daniel? And I'm sorry if I missed it, but on my phone I couldn't see the chat.
Oh, that's all right. So there's a little bit of a delay in your speech, I think.
There is. I mean, yeah, I always had that delay. It's part of my condition.
That's funny. That's not quite what I meant, Waddy. Now you're making me look bad. I didn't tease him. I wasn't teasing him, I swear.
No, I know. I tease myself at times. Don't worry, Sean.
Crypto Hog, Love Quality's meltdown a couple videos ago. He was a little kinder at the last video. Yeah, it was funny. I got a good chuckle out of his video. Hog, Quality, and Sean both keep it real. Well, we try. Waddy is another one. Waddy keeps it real. There's a lot of us that I don't like to throw fluff out there. There's just no, for me, that's just not me. If you know me in the real world, that's not who I am.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me change. Is this
Hog,
better?
I'm so fed up. Go ahead, talk, Waddy.
No, I'm saying, is this better? I used I flipped it from a tablet to regular to see if it sounds better.
Yeah, okay. You're better. That's better.
Good.
Hog, I was so fed up on the last video. You could tell. You could all tell. Yes, we could tell. It was entertaining. We needed to see more stuff like that. Quality. Passion. Selmo Fudd, a 99-cent super sticker. Thank you, Selmo. I appreciate that. Certainly not necessary, but welcome, and I appreciate anytime anybody does something for me. That's super cool, right? This is the community we built, and the people that are out there. There's so many nice people, and I'm still sticking by my statement. Selmo Fudd, if you're on his Twitter, he is one of the best dressed people I've ever seen in my life.
I agree.
Once XRP hits a certain number for me, man, I'm gonna come wherever you're at and have you take me shopping. You can set me up something nice. Hey, Selmo, Sniff. A few months ago, Link2 was giving 1,000 worth of XRP for every 10,000 on their platform. Yes, Link2 does do these giveaways. I think it may be recently because I thought I heard just the other day was they lowered it to 5,000 and you were still going to get some XRP out there. And it's still bullish XRP. I mean, I can't wait the day that thing starts to move and the lawsuit is settled or decided one way or the other. Just waiting is just it's killing me.
No, I know XRP is gonna take off big time. I mean, I actually feel like it's gonna go surpass the all-time high.
Yeah, I think and I don't know if it's just when the lawsuit settles. Obviously, it's going to move. How
Yeah.
far is it going to go? Is it going to create a mini pump? In the whole crypto market? I hope it does. It'd be nice to see. But I think once we get on a bull run, or we kind of turn this
Yeah.
around, hopefully we're going to see a lot of these cryptos go back to all-time highs. Sniff at Tim Shea. I couldn't take advantage because the funds were locked in another platform. Hopefully they bring it back. Yeah, if you can get some free. Unfortunately, I just don't have funds like that. I can't just throw 10 grand around to get an extra $1,000 worth of XRP. And I've got a decent bag. I meant OPT3 Premium Group. Oh, cheeky marketing by more. Oh, gotcha. No, well, but you were correct. But this is MMAI is also a cheeky marketing ploy to get people to buy more. That's the name of the game right now. You've got to do what you got to do. But that too on him. Yep, exactly. Sniff. I would.
Yeah, but by any chance, do you see this coin? And I kind of got upset. It's called Mobile Coin. Literally, I saw it at 59, then I saw it again at 75, and I was thinking to jump in right before I decided to go to McDonald's, get some food for my daughter and the family. And man, Sean, when I came back, guess how much it was?
Over $1.
$3.70.
Jesus. Ouch. That hurts.
Yeah, big time.
That hurts. But it was already you're saying it was already up though, so you're going to buy.
Yeah, it was already up. So I'm
you're taking a chance.
I'm not like those emotional traders. Green candle. Let me jump in. Nah, I was waiting for the retracement, and I was hoping it was going to retrace to at least. When I saw it at 90, I thought it reached its limit, and I was hoping for it to retrace to at least 80, and I put in a buy order. I went to McDonald's. I came back, $3.70.
Missed it. No retracement, apparently. Yeah.
Yes.
What was the token? I mean,
MOB. MOB. Coin Mobile or Mobile Coin, something like that.
Let's see.
M as in Marty, O as an orphan, and B. There you go.
Well, it's back down to $1.66.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting to see if it goes any lower.
Nice. That's a good little hit. Oh, hang on a second. We got somebody else coming in.
Hey, how's it going? I heard Waddy talking about McDonald's.
Came in on
Mickey D's.
Nice.
What's going on, fellas? Oh, another day. How you guys
living
doing?
the dream, man? Living the dream. So you're home today, obviously. That's cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mobile Coin. Let's see. What does it say? Mobile Coin is designed deployable in normal resource constrained environments like mobile devices to deliver a simple user experience along with privacy. So that doesn't really tell me much. Interesting. So you just did somebody alert you to this, Waddy? Or you were just looking around and you just happened to see it?
I was scouting the market like I always do.
Nice. Well, so it looks like something must have happened because it's been sitting there. It looks like 50, 55 cents for quite a while.
Yeah, it was at 55, then I saw it 59. Then I saw it at 75. And I was like, all right. So when it started going up at 75, I was going to jump in at least at 82. It did a quick retracement. Now, obviously, there was like, no, you got to go get the McDonald's. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I put in my buy order at 80. Went to McDonald's, came back. It was at 370. That hurt it big time.
Wow.
But now it's going back down. So hopefully I'm going to keep an eye on it. And once it touches, to come down, then I believe if not tonight, later on tonight, tomorrow it should start doing another little run.
So what's your buy-in price then?
Well, I'm gonna see if at least it drops to 90 cents. If it drops to 90, then I think that would be a good entry.
Yeah, I'd have to check it out a little bit more to see really what it is they're working on. What was the catalyst for this?
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to figure out myself. What the hell happened? Because I know Dogecoin had a tiny catalyst, which is Elon Musk tried to had a conversation with Vitalik about upgrading Dogecoin. So if Elon Musk is doing that, it must be for a reason, which eventually whatever they do is going to cause Dogecoin to have a nice run up. So, not financial advice, but keep an eye on it.
So let's see. Daniel says, can't wait either. My backpack. And I think he's talking about XRP because I know he's a fan of XRP as well.
Yes.
Nomo Fudd. Hey, Sean, are you in support of Twitter's new owner? That's a good question. I'll be honest with you. He's an extremely entertaining character and a master troll. So it makes for a lot of fun. What do you guys think?
I agree. And I believe he is unbeatable in the trolling
He is.
so far, man.
He is. He puts on a good show. I mean, obviously he knows what he's doing business wise, even though people are going to second guess everything he does. He may be a little more emotional about some decisions and dismissive about anybody who I guess might look like they carry more weight than he does.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, but that's just his personality. I know he's got, is it Asperger's? A slight case of Asperger's, I think. So he does have different qualities about him and about his personality. That's just who he is. But he does do some entertaining tweets, and that I do like. So you know what? Honestly, if you look at Twitter and not even looking at Tesla or SpaceX, but Twitter now he owns. He went in. He obviously a lot of people quit because they didn't like him. They don't like his politics or his policies. And then he fired a bunch of other people. So, and Twitter seems to be running just fine, right? I haven't had a problem, right? So obviously they had a glut of employees there that didn't need to be there. So I think he can trim it down, probably get it down to, the proper size crew to really make things happen and bring in some outside resources. But, for me, I think he's doing a fine job. I don't mind.
You know what? I just went back and I looked at that mob right now. I went to their Twitter and it looks like the catalyst might have been, they have a MobiPay app that just came out, and they talked about it at some summit, and that could have caught some traction there, possible catalyst there.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't really look into it. I didn't have the time to look into it. I just saw the possibility of a breakout, and
Nice.
I wish there was a legit buy signal alert or something before pump like this happens, then that would have been great. But at the end of the day, I did once upon a time pay somebody that was supposedly one of the top best trader at, what was the name of this? Was it BitMEX? I don't know if you guys remember that exchange, but one of the best so-called trader, right?
Mm-hmm.
He turned million in a year. I was paying for his service, and at the end of the day, dude, I couldn't make one hit on the coins that he told me to buy.
Yeah, that's hard following somebody like that. Yeah. So question for Selmo then, are you in support of Twitter's owner?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. As far as Ellen taking over Twitter, I think it's great, man. I mean, yeah, he is a man child, and yes, he does a lot of stupid things, but at the same time, you gotta recognize the guy is a genius. And anything that he touches, he makes it worth it. We're talking about Tesla, we're talking about SpaceX, we're talking about Starlink, which is going to be the fastest internet. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
I mean, when I think when it comes to social media, my big thing is, you know, the freedom of speech and being able to put whatever you want on Twitter, not be censored. If he, sticks with that, you don't have to look at someone's Twitter if you don't like it, but they still should have the right to tweet whatever they
yeah,
want to tweet. No, I think so.
Yeah, if you're not moderating content, right? If you say you're just a platform for people to uh, basically just to talk on, and you're not somebody who's moderating content, then people should be allowed to post, whatever they want. I mean, unfortunately, we got into this age where we think that misinformation and misinformation can be a difference of opinion. It can be subjective to where you're sitting. So, but then you have people who are at these platforms who are in charge of moderating this content, this what they might consider misinformation, and it unfortunately usually ends up being anything contrary to what they personally believe is misinformation. Whether it's backed up by facts or not seems to be irrelevant to these type of people. So I think that's what he's pushing back against, right? He wants to say you can, and look at that. And I'm somebody, I don't believe, and I'm just going to throw this out there, right? Somebody might hate me for it. I don't believe that hate speech is a thing. I believe there's speech that you don't like. I believe that there's speech that you think is insulting to you. But unless, and there's already laws about, calling for violence and stupid stuff like that, right? There's already laws on the books for that. But I don't believe that hate speech is a thing. I think it's just speech that you don't like. Right now, I understand the need for people to want to have the communities get along and not fight and not throw shade on everybody and not disparage you because of your race or your religion and that. But trying to moderate that and trying to make everything, kind of whitewash everything to where you can only use these terms and you can only say these things, and then there's a longer list of things that you can't say. I think that's just moving us in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I mean that's I just everybody should be able to freely say what they want, but that's why we have the block button and the that's why we are able to block people if it's offensive to me. I'll block whatever.
Yeah, I don't, if I don't like what my neighbor has to say, I just stop talking to him. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, just go in the house. Start throwing my shovel and have my kids shovel the dog poop into his yard.
The dog poop over the fence. That's right. That's right. I'm not saying I've ever done that. Okay, if you're listening.
Yeah, me neither.
Prior to the Terra Luna scam, jumping into a token with a green candle seemed reasonable. Now, when I see a green candle, I'm just waiting for a devastating crash fall. Yeah. Look and this goes back to all of these guys like at FTX and these other exchanges, Alameda, which obviously Sam also owned. Everybody looks like a genius in the bull market.
Oh yeah.
So there aren't you can't hardly make a bad play in the bull market. So everybody looks good. And then when things start to slide, like we've been doing for the last 9 months or whatever, it's you can really see who the smart ones are. Like who knows what they're doing. Those are the ones who are going to exist at the end of this.
Yeah. No, and you know what? Even speaking from experience, in a bull market, if you know how to play your cards right, anybody could make money, literally.
Yeah.
Now, in a bear market, that's where real knowledge kick in, because you have to time exactly when you jump in and when you jump out. Because if you jump in at the wrong time, since it is a bearish sentiment, you're always going to end up losing money. So with FTX, I mean, I've seen the video, and every time I hear her talk, and you don't need no math, and you don't need this, and you don't use or believe in stop loss, I was like, oh my God, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly she had no idea what she was doing.
Exactly.
It's like one of your college buddies. You're like, hey, I just got $1 billion. I'm going to open up this business. You want to run it? Sure. Yeah, why not? Sounds good. Even though you have no clue how to trade or what even the terms mean. Right.
Yeah.
And now it turns out now he turned around and said, oh, the trading problems and all that mess was caused by Alameda Research. It wasn't FTX. It wasn't me. But he owns Alameda Research. That was his company that he started.
Not only that, that's his girl or was his girl, whatever the case
Now,
might be. So it don't
he tried to
matter
throw in the test.
whether if it was or it wasn't. The whole point is that, dude, that still doesn't explain how customer funds ended up getting lost on your platform.
Yeah, well, because he took them and sent them to Alameda Research, and they did wherever it went to from there. I'm sure they're going to find out a lot of things. Like you can't hide blockchain, so they're gonna be able to figure out a lot of it. I'm sure some of it's going to be gone, in the ether somewhere. But there'll be a lot more, I think, that hits the fan before this is over.
Yep.
Smith, I don't trust Elon Musk because he perpetuates the outer space hoax. He just propped up guy who appears to be no nonsense, but he's a tool for the elite. Okay, Sniff, are you trying to get heavy on me now? Because are you saying outer space hoax? I'm not sure what that means. You mean there's no such thing as outer space? I think the same is true for Richard Hart, even though I'm bullish on Hex. Okay.
Yeah, I'm curious. Was he trying to say there's no such thing as outer space? I'm just curious.
I guarantee Twitter. Okay, here we go. I get Sniffs. He always brings in the hardcore stuff. I guarantee Twitter will still censor Holocaust denial. Well, so I'm assuming you're somebody who believes that the Holocaust didn't exist or it didn't happen.
No, I think he said that they would censor it, meaning that it didn't exist, not him.
Well, let's find out if
that Ellen would make it like it didn't exist.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense now. Okay, I see what you're trying to say. They're going to censor. There's going to have to be something that they're going to censor. I don't think, us talking about you should be able to say what you want, doesn't extend to literally everything.
Yeah, and now that I seen that comment, I may have not thought about that. Different that route. Maybe there has to be some kind of censor. We have.
But then again, I mean, look at if we're just talking about somebody's thought. Somebody says, "Hey, I don't think." I'm not saying this. Okay, I'm just repeating. A thought that isn't mine.
Yeah.
That the Holocaust didn't exist. It didn't never happened. Right? Why would that be banned? And other things not banned? What if I said, well, Jesus Christ never existed, or, the earth is flat?
Yeah. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know that was was something that was banned on Twitter or censored on Twitter. What Smith was talking about.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They're going to, there's going to be some things, and that's going to be at the discretion of, I guess, of Elon Musk.
Yeah.
What he feels is over the limit.
No, I think that Elon is trying to do, and many of y'all might disagree with me, but I feel that he is trying to do a lot of things right. Like, for example, one of the things that I know he's going to go heavy against, like, well, I don't want to mention the word here because I don't want to get your stream in trouble, but okay, let's put it this way: child abuse.
Right.
So he said it. He's gonna go heavy on that. He's gonna block every content when it comes to that. And if there's a way that he can, I don't know, whoever makes some crazy content like that, and right away be able to detect where that content came from, meaning their IP address, and relay that information to the proper authorities, that's a way to save many kids' lives. Just in my
Yes.
opinion.
Yeah, he's gonna do. I mean, look at it. What they're gonna do is they're gonna take all of what the Western world considers absolutely inexcusable, and he's
Yeah.
going to not allow that and go after that. And right, and that's something, we live in the Western world, so we're gonna agree with that. But when he came in, I think he was really taking a swing in the other direction from the way things have been going, from censorship. And normally it's conservative type censorship. And replace it with the the left narrative of whatever it is they want. And he's trying to just go not maybe opposite of that, but trying to write the ship basically and be like, you know what, we can hear both sides. It's okay if you disagree. But on certain content, like we just mentioned, he's going to go heavy on that. FTX kids and this notion that they were just inexperienced were used to cover up intentional theft. Yeah, I think this idea is universally accepted right now. Right. And now the media wants to say, oh, they just made a few mistakes. They were trying to save the world and, just didn't really work out for them. They're, don't go too hard on them. Right. But I think most people understand that they literally just stole people's money. And that's,
and it's crazy how deep this whole FTX thing is. We're talking about government officials being involved and everything else.
Yes. So that leads me to my other. Oh shoot! Did I just delete my story here? So there is a story. It's not a story. This is a fact that there is a bank here in Farmington, Washington, which is not a whole long way from where I'm at. Okay. That FTX ended up buying shortly after they were connected to the Federal Reserve. So basically, he was allowed to purchase himself a bank without any regulatory oversight.
Interesting.
It's a super small bank, probably. I think it's one building, 3 employees. It's been open for like 135 years in a town of like 100 people. So they gave this bank. Let me see if I can pull the story. Oh yeah, here we go. Pull up the story. Where was the good one here? So this was kind of the abbreviated version. So Alameda Research, which is Sam's company, invested $11.5 million in the parent company of Farmington State Bank, which has a single branch, until this year, just 3 employees. So now we're trying to figure out, why did he do this and what did he run through this bank? So FTX has come under scrutiny after it emerged that the collapsed crypto giant owned an $11 million stake in one of America's smallest banks. So it wasn't just a stake in the bank. That's all that bank was worth.
Wow.
Let's see. Based in a small town of Farmington, rural farming region in Whitman County, Washington. No Frills Local in 2010. That was their review. So it's been around a long time. Single branch, 3 employees, and until this year, and didn't even offer online banking or even credit cards. So basically, it was just your very small town bank where you can put your money, your savings. They didn't offer loans, high interest rate loans.
Yeah, it sounds more like a shell company.
Yeah, well, I think up to this point, it was just like your normal small town bank. Nobody had any interest in it. It wasn't connected to the Federal Reserve. They didn't have a charter, or they had a banking charter, but they weren't approved on that system. So they couldn't. So you can't send money like out of the country and things like that.
Okay.
So it's only for local residents. So FTX's investment came to light during the crypto firm's bankruptcy case and raising red flags. Let's see. Now, where does it go into? At the time, it was the 26th smallest bank in America. 5.7 million. That was the value of it. 146 residents in this town. 10 million in deposits. Third quarter. Let's see. It's not online. The bank now appears as Moonstone Bank. So they changed the name, which was trademarked a few days before FTX's investment. Moonstone doesn't mention cryptocurrency, but does say it wants to support the evolution of the next generation finance. So now they're asking how was this allowed to happen? So they filed for the Federal Reserve Charter in 2020. They got it in 2021, right before FTX purchased the bank. And now FTX is not approved, on the Federal Reserve list. So how we got through all of that is crazy.
That is
Well,
crazy. There's gonna be a lot more to come.
It's just one more thing. Yeah, one more
Yep.
thing. Let's see. Axman TFC. I'm sorry, read it wrong. How you doing? Appreciate you showing back up. Thanks for the support. Hope your Saturday is going well. We're just sitting here chilling, talking about crypto, solving the world's problems. Coming from a minority perspective, there's something that have no place on social media. Yes, there is. There's a lot of things that shouldn't be said, that shouldn't be mentioned. The proper way to police that, if it has to be policed, that's something I think we're gonna have to discuss for many, many years. I don't know if that's ever going to get solved. Bad people are going to say bad things, and that's never going to end. There's nothing's going to stop that. But
there's always going to be someone either that loves you or hates you.
yeah,
That is funny that you said it that way. That is literally what I've explained to my younger kid. Bad people are going to say bad things. That sums it up right there.
Yes, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the laws that exist. Doesn't matter what social, acceptable rules we have. Right? They're just going to say bad things because they're bad people.
Yeah,
And I mean that's unfortunately that's human nature, and we're never going to solve that problem. All roads lead to Israel. Here's Sniff getting heavy again. Years back, Benjamin Netanyahu announced the Israel laws based on them. Okay, we're not okay. Remember, it's Sniff on Thursday. I got into your. You gave me some information and I looked it up, and it was a little bit heavy for the channel. I appreciate the comments though. I mean, obviously you've done a lot of research and you've dug into that quite a bit.
And I was gonna say too, one thing that got me curious about the whole FTX thing, and shout out to Daniel because he was the one that brought it up to my attention. Do you know, like around 2019, they had a RICO case?
I did hear that. I didn't look into it.
So this is just my question. How did they manage, even they were being investigated and everything else, how did they manage to have access to government official? How did they manage to fund or create the company without raising any red flags?
Well, especially since Sam met with the SEC multiple times.
Exactly. So that's like the $1 million question right there. Like, how?
Well, I think we've been asking this since the XRP case dropped, right? I think a lot more light is being shed on the SEC and the possible illegal activities or, whatever it is they've been doing over there. Now, it doesn't surprise me, right? We live in the U.S. Unfortunately, we're not free of corruption in this country. I think it runs rampant in our government agencies, and everybody's going to do whatever they need to do to make more money and to stay in power and to move along that employment chain, to get themselves to the top. And I think this is part of that. This is part of that system. Todd Levy Brown, how you doing? I appreciate you being here, Todd. What's good? Hey, Axeman. Hey, Todd. I got to go. Sean, have a good rest of your weekend. Yep. Hey, Quality Crypto. Keep putting out that content. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, go check it out. He does good stuff. He lives over in the UK, and so it's probably very late there right now.
Quality Crypto. I'll check him out right now. Give him another sub.
Yeah.
Later, Quality.
The
so, yeah. So I mean, there's so much out there, and it's none of it's good, right? It's such a disaster. Every time you peel back, the layer of that onion, it just keeps going deeper and deeper. but I think this stems back to the XRP or Ripple versus the SEC and that whole the ETHgate, you know, what we're considering ETHgate, that Ethereum got a free pass, basically because they paid for it, and the top regulators were working with law firms that actually worked with the Ethereum Foundation and Consensus. So that's just, you know, it is what it is. What are you going to do about it, guys? What are we going to do? I don't know. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to keep voting in the same idiots that have been voted in for the last 30 years. That's what we're going to do. Unfortunately, that's the pessimist in me coming out.
I mean,
Now I'm checking
I
out the
said-
2019 FTX case.
I said no offense, you know, to my fellows, government and everything, but at the end of the day, man, they need to do a new house cleanup. Majority of those guys, they're like dinosaur age, and they need to let new people start. I mean, okay, so this is gonna make me sound like a total asshole, and I apologize. But we
Hey,
need
Waddy.
to let a few, but with ethic, actually, a few younger generation run the whole House of Senate and everything else. Because at the end of the day, like let's say for example, they're talking about regulating crypto, right? Now, majority of those guys don't even know what the hell a crypto wallet is. They don't even know how to use the crypto address. And it's not, like I said, and it's not about the age or anything like that. It's more that they are so focused on the old school way that they're not even interested in learning.
Yeah, and I do get a little bit of entertainment about it because this whole all the FTX and everything that's happened, people that don't know about crypto are talking about crypto and they're using the wrong verbiage. And like on the news, it kind of cracks me up when I hear it. I'm like, no, you're saying that wrong, but it's all right.
Yeah, that's part of the problem though, is that they're talking about crypto, but they're talking about it in a negative term now because they're trying to frame this as some sort of a crypto problem.
Yeah.
And this wasn't a crypto problem. This was a fraud and theft problem. Right.
Mhm.
This was a criminal problem that was allowed to exist. It was allowed to start, even though obviously, you know, like Daniel says, been on this FTX case since day one. The case they had in 2019, they should have never been allowed at the SEC. Right. And so that's right on point. So this isn't having crypto regulation in this country would have done absolutely nothing to stop FTX. Right. Because he was offshore. Right. So he wasn't going to go by the laws of the US. And this happens, you know, this happens all the time. So
I just think in general, it was a big plan, a big scheme. And, you know, as long as Uncle Sam was getting his cut, everybody turned a blind eye.
Yeah.
Well, if Democrats, and this is not a Democrat versus Republican thing. This just happens to be what came out. The Democrats ended up getting a lot of money from him and from FTX. And so there was a lot of reason for them not to say anything and not to bring up any, you know, red flags that they may have seen, you know, early on. And unfortunately, that's the case. And Waddy, I'll agree with you. We need a fresh faces in the government. The problem is, number one, none of them are going to vote themselves out of office. Number two, when you talk about somebody with ethics, I believe we've got two kinds of people that run for office, right? Some are unethical or to start with, and some are ethical and they have good ideas and good plans and they have good intentions. But the second they enter that political world,
The circle.
everything they do from that day on is all about getting reelected.
Yep.
And it all starts with money. And that's the problem, is that you could be the best person in the world. You're going to go out there and you're going to have these temptations along the way. And if you're not really a true solid moral character, you're going to get swayed and taken advantage of if you're naive and you haven't been in the political system, you know, especially if you're younger and you haven't experienced that kind of stuff. You're going to get swayed, you know, by the big guys who've been there around a while and the big fish and the big money. And you're going to think it's good. because they're telling you you're doing good. But that's when you stop thinking about the people that you're representing back home and you start thinking about yourself and your own future. So I think the number one thing that has to end is this lifetime benefit from being a senator or congressman. You serve a term and now you're going to get, free benefits for life. Like that kind of thing has to end. That's the problem. You enter that system and now that's all you know, right? I'm going to get more. I'm going to get more. Every time you serve, you get more.
Yeah.
Until you get rid of those incentives to stay in power, nothing's ever going to change.
No.
Well, this is how things will start changing. All right. I'm going to get myself in the election, vote for Wadi, done deal.
Vote for
So
Wadi.
are you going straight to the top? Are you going Wadi for president?
Yep.
Or are you going to try you might as well. I mean, Donald Trump got it. Right? You have just as much chance, I think, as Donald Trump does again. So
this video is Wadi approved.
Yeah.
I'd vote for you, Wadi.
It's
I don't know if
funny
you're gonna want
that you mentioned that part. My wife put a post, right? And I said, I am Wadi. Well, it says at WR Style Beats, but I am Wadi the Crypto Hunter, and I approved this message. But she didn't get what the heck I was talking about.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know if you want that kind of responsibility, man.
I'm good, man.
They tear you apart.
I could joke around about it, but I am good. I am not trying to be anybody's target. The minute they dislike me, well, let's put a price on his head. I'm good, thank you.
I would definitely change my content up a little bit. It'd be like Wadi Wednesdays. Let's talk about what Wadi did.
All going to talk about Wadi. I'm going to be in front of your house digging through your garbage.
There you go.
So, it's funny you talk about being disliked. It doesn't matter who wins, right? Half of the country is going to hate him. Half the country is going to love him. That's the world we live, right? We're a two-party system.
Yeah.
And then one of my biggest pet peeves is when somebody wins an election, and normally most of these elections are really close, 49-51, and they come out there, the people have spoken, right? That's what they say. And I'm thinking, well, half the people spoke, that liked you. The other half hate you. So there's a big disconnect there of the middle, right? And we got to get back, I think, to the middle, right? Remember back in the good old days, when you had some conservatives that could support some liberal ideas and some liberals that could support some conservative ideas. And now if there's an R next to it, or it's deemed to be conservative anyway, then the other side is going to run from it and will never ever support it. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yep.
But yeah, that's the country right now. Almost any Republican would win. It's it's just tough to say. I think what happened to the red wave, right? I think a lot of Republicans didn't go vote. I think they thought, we got this in the bag. I'm just going to sit this one out, and ended up didn't win. I mean, yeah, we took the House, and I say we. I didn't take the House. Republicans took the House.
I saw you, Sean. Stop lying.
I would only want a one-term president. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think I could handle. I don't think I have the temperament for it.
No,
I would yell and scream.
I know this show is about crypto, and unfortunately, we're turning more into a regular discussion. But you know what it is, and this will be the last thing that I'll say on this. The problem is that it doesn't really matter who sits at the seat, the president's seat, because at the end of the day, the president got to answer to I forgot the name of it, the Congress. If the Congress doesn't agree with whatever the president is saying, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yes, but that works. I mean, that's one of those checks and balances, but that only works if you have two different parties, one on one side and then the Congress on the other.
Yeah.
Because right now it doesn't matter what the president does. If you have a Democrat Congress, they're not going to care. They don't care. They're not going to hold anybody accountable. They're just going to go along with whatever to make themselves look good. And it's on the other side as well, right? Republicans, they're going to do the same thing. They're never going to hold themselves accountable.
Yeah.
If you became President Wadi, keep your crypto content channel. And can you imagine if you just wanted to like, hey, just say Ethereum. Ethereum's going to shoot up.
Wadi, I would appreciate it if you would let me know what
if
you're
I
going to say first.
if I was to become president, I'll make New York the very first 100% crypto approved state because it has sucked for me living here when it comes to crypto.
Yes. Yeah. New York's bad, isn't it?
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah. They limit everything. I was shocked here that that in Idaho I can't get on Binance. I can't. What was the other one? There's another big one that I didn't even think about.
You can't really use none of the real good exchanges. You can use Binance. You can use crypto.com. You cannot use KuCoin. You cannot use Binance US. You cannot use even MEXC, which is not like the top crypto exchange. But
you can't use crypto.com.
Huh?
You can't use crypto.com?
Nope.
Isn't that a US company?
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, but it don't matter. I'm still on the wait list for New York State to be approved.
Wow. Has anyone won the last buy contest yet? The contest I don't think is over, is it?
I think it ends on the 27th.
Something hours.
Yeah.
The 27th at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern, I believe.
Yeah. I think at the last hour probably see a bunch of small buys come in.
No, probably I'll take a look at the chart just to make sure there are no more pending buys, and then bam, got your sucker. But I doubt it.
KuCoin, yeah, I can get on KuCoin. That's where I do most of my buys is through KuCoin.
Yeah, MEXC, you don't have to KYC.
Yeah.
So there's tricks about it, but I can't say it here, people.
But which one of these is going to, do you see KuCoin failing at any point or at MEXC? See them going down?
Only Coinbase and Gemini and MY for us. Yes, Daniel. Which they don't have that many options either. I mean, Coinbase got a little bit more option compared to when I started, but it's still not enough option. And their fees are beyond freaking insane when you're trading.
Yeah, and didn't Gemini come out and say that they're looking at bankruptcy right now because they're part of the FTX family?
I've heard Gemini's name mentioned. I've seen them in the news connected with FTX somehow.
Yeah, I think they're being called the next, probably one of the next ones to fall. Which not good.
And you know what's crazy about all of that is that CC said that there are more dominoes to fall.
Yeah, so you know that now on CoinMarketCap, let's see, if you go to exchanges, now they're listing, let's see, Coinbase. Where's that at? Exchange. Where did I see it? So they're listing their proof of reserves.
I saw them
in the sala. Okay.
Yeah.
Where did I see it?
If not on the sala,
No,
check
it's in the sala,
on the where the bread is at, and that little canatica.
Futures.
Secret perfume.
I don't remember where I saw it.
What are you searching for?
So I'm looking for. I was checking out. That's Lindy.
I'll probably do that.
So they had to. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
So here's
Christmas.
Binance.
Where's all my perfumes? Look at that.
So Binance now is listing
There
their
you go.
basically a proof of reserves that they have to show people that they're liquid. They've got plenty
I
of
have nothing for
the
myself.
tokens on the platform. You know,
That's
if
what I
there's
posted on
ever
Twitter.
a,
I was
a
like, you know
mass
what the
sell off,
greatest secret is?
and they even show their wallet,
That once you have daughters,
so you can go and paste wallets and actually look. So, and there's obviously they've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of wallets with different amounts in them. So they don't hold everything in one wallet. You know, USDT, they have multiples, you know, wallets, the USD and all that. So this, I think, is something obviously not, they don't have to do this yet, but they're probably going to be forced to at some point in order to do business in the US, is show their proof of reserves.
Yeah.
So, and that's so people aren't, you know, as scared of them, you know, taking off with their money.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone
Little
was saying
transparency.
that's a bad idea, but I don't see how is that a bad idea when it just makes it easier for people to determine whether they want to be on that exchange or not.
Yeah. I mean, I think more transparency is always a
Yeah.
good thing.
Yeah, KuCoin does have their own token, but for me, Daniel, I don't keep my money on any exchange at all. I mean, maybe I keep a little bit of tokens on MetaMask, you know, decentralized one, but everything I have is in my Ledger wallet. So I don't
Nice.
keep anything. I use them for on ramp, off ramp.
All right, so I'll tell you what. Just send me your ledger. Let me inspect it and make sure everything is good, and then I'll send it back to you.
Dude, so when I send it to you, do I send you my my keys also?
Everything.
Okay. I just want to make
I
sure.
just gotta make sure, you know, that everything is good, that it's not hackable and none of that.
I appreciate that, Waddy. You're a heck of a guy.
And it's always good to get a second opinion. So go ahead and shoot them out over here when you're done.
Second opinion. Yeah. Well, there probably won't be anything left for you when it gets to you, Chaka.
Yeah. And I'll be like, nope, it's broke.
Nope. Yeah, I don't see anything in here. Well, for me, fortunately, I keep I have a box with my ledger in it that has all of my past phrases in it.
Mhm.
So I keep it all together in one place at one time. Is that smart?
No, that's well. Wait,
I
you're
keep
talking
mine
about,
in
like,
certain- in a couple
one of
different
those,
spots.
That was a joke. That's a joke.
Oh, okay.
I was
Just
gonna
wanna
say,
make
okay.
sure that-
I keep everything together,
Yeah.
all of the stuff just in one box, so somebody can come grab it all. I don't want to,
Well,
if they break into my house, I don't want them to have to search for
It's
everything.
Yeah.
not a bad idea as long as you take that box and you bury it where nobody else knows.
Yes, in the middle of my backyard. Yeah, I usually keep two copies, two handwritten copies, and they're in different places. And my second set is not in my house, so
Mhm.
that's always a backup just in case.
Nice.
I have okay, so I had to reset my phone, and I do have one of the DeFi wallets on my phone, and I was looking around after I got all my apps ready. I was like, okay, cool, I got to find my seed phrase. I keep it in certain places, and I could not find it. I started to freak out. I was like, oh my god, I just lost everything. It literally took me all day, and I hit it. I mean, I put it away in such a good spot. I was like, that's a perfect spot. After I found it, I was like, that is a perfect spot. And I'll probably forget again.
So have you guys done the I still have to do this, and I've been talking about this for the last year. I need to write some sort of instructions to my family. Like if something happens to me, right, all of my crypto, it's gone. They're never going to be able to get to it.
Yeah,
Right. They're not going to be able to find it.
Well,
You're
You know,
right.
I
I
need
just talked
I
to
need
that.
put down.
Actually, my wife brought that up to me, and then the first thing I said was, "Well, why are you bringing that up right now? Like, what are you?" I was kind of afraid, but then I started thinking about. It. I was like, "You're right. I need to do something like that."
Yeah.
Jocko was like, why?
Yeah,
You
Did you
trying
hear
to feed me something?
yeah,
or
I didn't eat
what?
dinner. I didn't drink nothing that day. I was like, "Nope, not hungry, not thirsty."
Yeah, I know. I mean, I
Just
feel
saw the
you, bro.
doctor.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
that is a very good idea.
And this
Yeah, at
is
some point, I'm getting older. I'm not going to last forever, and you never know what's going to happen out there. And You know, what if I just get in an accident? I got a head injury and I can't remember anything.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
we're
no,
screwed.
and
That's a
it's
lot of
true.
money.
You know,
That's
like in
gone.
my case, that's one thing that I argue with my wife, and then I want my daughter to learn. She's 12 years old, but I think she can handle it. Now, they all tell me no because it's so complicated. They don't get it. All right. Now I said, what if God forbid I get $1 million out of my investment, but y'all won't be able to pull it out just because y'all decided that y'all don't want to learn.
Mhm.
So I go to my niece, which is the oldest, and I'm trying to tell her, look, I need you to learn this for me. But she doesn't want to do it either. So I'm like, okay, so you know what? I might as well just send the exchange a letter and be like, look, if you see this account inactive from, I don't know, maybe a year, then do me a favor. Donate everything to charity.
Yeah. I do. I have three boys at the house. I got 20, 16, and 11. And we do every now and then. Say if I want to purchase, I'm interested in investing. I'll have one of them purchase it for me, walk them through it. Other times I've bought tokens and I've had them. I got them each their own wallet. I'll have them send them to each other. They're still learning it, but I'm trying to teach it like the easiest way possible because this can get pretty it could get confusing.
Complicated.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm trying to start from the basics, and I'm trying to teach them the right and wrongs. But they actually catch on quicker than I did. It's like a video game to them, but it's
Yeah.
not.
Once they have a reason to do it, right, then they'll figure it out. If there's no reason right now, that's fine. Nothing, nothing's going to happen.
John,
Especially when
What-
you're younger, you
Yeah.
don't think anything's
I
going to happen.
mean, what a bigger reason that if I already have $1 million and I'm already dead, you're going to take over. What's a bigger reason than that?
Yeah. Another
That's
interesting way.
fiction, though, Tim.
Yeah, another interesting way that my brother has his neighbor he was in a conversation with us, and what he did, he made his own. It's not he made his own token. It's not worth anything. It's not monetized or anything, but that's what he gives his kids for allowance for doing chores, or whatever. And he teaches them about how crypto works. He'll give them so much token for doing the trash, or whatever, and then they can redeem that for, I don't know, going to Chuck E. Cheese or something like that. I thought that was pretty cool.
That's nice. See,
Yes.
well, what I've been trying to say lately, like, I know we're in a bear market and obviously can do financial advice and all that, but this is one thing that I was thinking. I don't know about you guys, but when I was growing up, like my aunt used to tell me, make sure you put at least $10 in a piggy bank every week.
It's a good
So,
idea.
huh?
It's a good idea. So, but
Yeah.
Tim Shea says, "Hey, Waddy, if Sonia has the info, then we'll help her out," which
Tim,
is true.
appreciate
Yeah,
that.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, as long as she knows where the info is located, then yeah, it's definitely one of us or somebody else, one of your friends who knows crypto can probably
Yeah.
help her out.
Hmm.
I don't know anybody personally. My wife doesn't. You guys don't. You guys don't know my family, so that might be difficult.
Yeah.
But
Don't
Todd
worry.
Beebe Brown.
Look, just write a note, like a will type of thing.
With
If
instructions.
something happens to me, send this to Waddy, and he's gonna take care of that later.
Got you later.
Make sure you include the seed phrase. Todd Beebe Brown, thank you,
I'm
thank you,
joking,
sir,
I'm
for the
joking.
$5 super sticker. I really appreciate that. Don't deserve it, but I appreciate it nonetheless. You've been one of my subs and one of my frequent live stream viewers and commenters for a long time now, and that means a lot to me. It really does. But the $5 super sticker, I really, really appreciate that. I always get flush when I get embarrassed.
Yeah.
Nice, Todd.
Yeah, no,
Just got
guys,
Just
back.
got
From,
I joke around a lot, but honestly speaking, one of my friends, he did actually send me his exchange password and his authenticator, and if anything happens to him, I'm supposed to take out whatever money and just give it to his daughter. So
I mean,
yeah,
yeah, if it's somebody you, I guess, in that situation, somebody you
I mean, you
trust like
trust.
that.
Yeah.
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 But
yeah,
Crypto Realist just jumped in. We weren't actually looking for anything for Sonia. We were talking about, what happens. And just to say, there's an accident, we lose our memory, or God forbid, pass away. What's the next step for our family to collect whatever we have grown over the years in crypto?
yeah,
Yeah. And because for me, honestly, and this is just not financial advice, my own personal opinion, for what I currently have, the blue chips in my ledger, XRP alone in the next 10 years could easily be worth millions of dollars. And I would,
oh yeah,
how awful
I
would that
agree.
be if that was just gone because nobody knew how to get to it?
It's
Yeah.
just like I heard a story. I don't know if you guys know about a guy that has his ledger with him. He went, I believe it was somewhere in Europe, and he was in a car accident.
Hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
All that money gone. All those BTC permanently gone because nobody has access to that.
You know what? And this just popped into my head. You remember, you see it on TV, or you probably heard stories, maybe even done it yourself as a kid. I haven't, but I might have. Taking, take $5 out of your dad's wallet without them knowing. You took $5 before school or something. It would be funny if once the crypto is more, everybody's more into crypto, that you'll hear stories like my son took, he sent $10 of Ethereum to his wallet today from my wallet. Just took it right out of my DeFi wallet.
Oh, that's not bad though. That would have been cool actually. Oh no, and what I was saying earlier, thanks for reminding me, Chaka. So my aunt used to tell me, take $10 every week, put it in a piggy bank, whatever. Now, what I was thinking is, imagine $10 every week. I'm gonna give you a blue chip coin. You start investing it in B Chain or XRP or XLM, and then or BRA, which actually when I do my show later on, you guys are more than welcome. I'm gonna speak about BRA because BRA just got approved um, for licensing in the USA, which that token is a watch to earn. Meaning, while you're watching content, I guess on the platform, you're gonna earn BRA token.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Almost,
if you
it sounds
start
almost
doing
like
that,
Pando, like what they're really kind of working towards.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're kind of, yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to be doing, and I know you do Pando content also, Wadi.
oh yes,
Yes, and I'm going to be putting out a bunch of different videos, kind of getting down into the weeds of some of the stuff.
I
And then
actually started my Pando account. I just haven't put any content on it yet.
no, I started it. I put content, but I gotta see if the new updates they fix the bugs. Because what kept on getting me annoyed is that I will upload the video today. I'll check tomorrow. There's no uploads.
Yeah,
But it was
I think
yeah.
I'll wait until it's more. I'll be able to use it from the computer instead of just the phone. I'm having issues. I can use it on just the phone, but I think maybe the update's already out. I'm not sure. It's been a little bit.
Now, Mainnet 2.0
Yeah.
comes out the 8th and 9th of December.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and by the way, do you guys know that now TikTok actually lets you upload videos up to 1 hour? So what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to see if I grow on both platforms. So the last video I did, but then that means your stream, you're gonna have to cut it to an hour if you're okay with that. So what I did was I took the last video I did and then I went and put it on TikTok. So far I got 24 views, but on TikTok I got more followers than on YouTube.
That's usually what I do. A good way to cut my videos down and so there you can see the whole thing on TikTok is I'll just upload it to Canva and they have a TikTok frame. Boom, put it right there, and I can upload it to TikTok from the computer.
Yeah,
it's really cool. Yep.
I have yet to put any content on TikTok. I have an account, and I usually just watch my kids' stuff.
I was honestly surprised about TikTok. I was like, wow, I'm not used to getting that many views on stuff. Nice.
And here's another alpha on TikTok, guys. So especially you, Chaka, since you like doing a lot of MetaMonkey updates and crazy content, and they're cool. So if you want to promote it, I only paid $10. It got me like 4,000 to 500 and something views in a day.
Promote it on TikTok?
Yeah, you click on promote. Like, let's say you make a video right now, right? And let's just say MetaMonkey AI, the next big thing. And then you put that video, the little video, and you upload it to TikTok. And there's a little fiery thing. When you click on the 3 dots, it's going to give you options, save, duet, comment. But then that option is going to say promote. When you click on promote, that's it. They'll promote whatever it is that you're doing for a day, for 2 days, depending how much you want to pay.
Huh. That's cool. I wonder how that works. They just push it up to what is it, the FYP page, I guess, for everybody?
Yeah, I do the same thing a lot of times, but I don't know what's wrong with these algorithm thing. And I don't know if you noticed, Sean, too, but I'm starting to think that the hashtags is more of a setback than anything else.
On YouTube?
On anything, because I noticed I started doing hashtags, and it doesn't matter that the hashtag has 4.1 billion views or hashtags. I don't get 4.1 or not even near 100 of those people to actually view it.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. I should probably talk to my son because he's really good at the analytics and the whole algorithm thing. He's taught me a lot, which helped me grow the channel a little bit faster. So yeah, I'll inquire into that. Because I always put hashtags. I just assume. I mean, even if it doesn't really help, I guess it probably doesn't hurt.
I do know the algorithms are different per platform. You know, I mean, I have not figured out the TikTok algorithm. I don't know how that works at all. YouTube, a little bit easier to understand, but just because I've been on YouTube longer than TikTok.
Yeah.
My son's been on TikTok for like 4 months, I think. He's got 40,000 followers and like almost 1.5 million views already.
4 months?
Good for
him. He's figured it out.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So, I mean, he made a little money. I guess it's harder to, you have to get a lot more, I think, to make money. Cause he says he's not really making much money from it.
Yeah.
But it's more, he's going to switch back to YouTube. He started on YouTube and then, you know, I mean, as a kid, if it doesn't go, you know, quick for you, then you kind of give up. So I think I've got him convinced. Like, you just got to, you know, just commit a year to it, you know, put out your videos.
It's got to be about consistency and then,
you have to be doing what you like. You got to be doing something that really keeps your interest and that you're really excited about. Otherwise, that comes through. If you're just putting out content just to put out content, I've found myself that you can see that on the other side of the screen.
Oh yeah.
So I can't even tell you how many videos I've deleted that I recorded, spent 2 hours researching, recording, editing, and then I go back and I watch it one more time before I upload it, and I'm like, I can clearly see that I'm not interested in this topic.
Yeah, I have actually done I have done some early AMAs, and there's a couple. I left them on there. There's a couple though that when the guest came on, I was totally not into it at all, asking just questions, and I was like, okay, yeah, are we done yet? Are we done?
Are you done?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chuck, I think you and I both have been in that dilemma. So
Oh, you know why?
It-
Yeah, Wadi knows.
yeah. I mean, there was even one time that I was thinking about a certain project, certain AMA, and I was like, this project never made it nowhere. This project is dead. And I was thinking to actually delete them. But then I remember one thing they told me. If you hide a video, whether you put it private or you actually delete it, guess what? That takes away from your watch hour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
these
said,
these
you know
I
what?
I
I don't have
deleted
a
before I even
choice,
put
I'll
them up.
leave it there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I delete mine before they even make it to the platform. I'll look at it and I'll think, nah, that's.
Oh, because
I,
you're doing them pre-recorded. That's
I do
why.
it. Yeah, I remember I do most of my stuff is recorded. So, and I usually watch it through one last time just before I upload it, just to make sure I didn't screw anything up, because I'm that kind of guy. And then I look at it, I'm like, there's no reason. Nobody's going to watch this. Nobody's going to be excited about it, right? Because clearly I'm not excited about it. I'm like, okay, I just wasted 3 hours of my time.
The funny story just happened just a couple days ago. The last video I put up, I'm still getting used to recorded videos. I'm getting my editing skills down a little bit. But I uploaded a video and then went to the store. When I was at the store, I just went to see if the video was uploaded, and it was my uncut video. And every time I mess up, I'm cussing, and then I was like, "Oh, I gotta delete. I'll re-upload my other one."
You uploaded the raw version, huh?
I uploaded the raw version. I was like, "Dang it,
that's funny." That's funny. Now, I'd probably get kicked off of YouTube if I uploaded one of mine.
There was 3 people that seen it. So I was like, "Oh, well, good for you 3. It's going off."
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say one thing. I love to answer Tim Shea, nowhere near what Sandstorm did, because Sandstorm actually pay for bot followers in a sense, or fake followers. I'm not about that life. If not, I would have been past 300,000 a long time ago, which I'm nowhere near. But I was laughing at this part. Here's how to succeed on various platforms. TikTok, do a dance or shame your ex. Twitch, put on a bikini and a hot tub and in your bed. Instagram, hot chicks with a 5 IQ. YouTube, yo and scream and overreact.
That's pretty spot on, Jeremy.
Yeah,
that is pretty spot on. Yeah, I like that. So I want to answer Todd's question. Any of you got involved with the JetBot platform? Any of you guys do anything with bots, bot trading?
No,
like creating your own bots.
No, I did actually.
You did? Okay.
But I don't use JetBot. I used BitGap. You ever heard of it?
BitGap?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. I'm not really into the bots yet. I have not done any research on that.
Okay, so basically is run by algorithm, obviously the program, and it's really good. Like you could make a lot of good money. Like let's say, for example, when the bull market starts, you might want to run your bot. But if not, then yeah, you could just do regular trading or just hold on a bull market. But the bot will get your hiney whoop big time if you leave it running and it starts downtrending. You could lose a lot of money that way.
Yeah, I just don't. I haven't educated myself on the bots yet. I don't know anything about them really.
What's up, Lazy Jedi? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. I appreciate you showing up. Everybody say hi to Lazy.
What up, Lazy
Jedi?
What's up?
So yeah, no, I haven't done bots. ASMR. Larry talks about that one. Licking. What about that licking ASMR?
I don't know nothing on that.
Yeah,
so-
that sounds a little shady.
I'm not a big fan on
I think we're gonna have
ASMR
to ask
videos.
a fan about that one.
So you know what? When I first started, and I found out that Fan was Fan in Austin. We're married. And they said, and I went and I looked at her channel, and she has what 2.5 million subscribers.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm thinking, I didn't even know that was a thing. Honestly, that was new to me. I didn't understand that was a thing. And I'm like, well, what am I watching? Are we just watching you eat, listening to the sounds? Because I know there's not a lot of talking on some of them. You know, some of them it's just watching them eat, and some of it's really just about the sounds and obviously you have to have a really good microphone to pick up all of the noises of eating. But I guess that was a big thing and still is a big thing. I never knew that was even a thing.
The very
it was
first time
crazy.
I okay, so my wife watched ASMR Fan before forever. I guess I did not know this until there was one time. I don't know if it was in a chat, maybe it was one of Austin's chats, and me and ASMR Fan had a conversation. You know, hi, how you doing? And I told my wife, hey, this is her. And she freaked out, like, "Oh my God, you're talking to ASMR!" I was like, "Wow."
So it's funny. She knew who she was.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, she knew. She watched all the ASMR videos.
I mean, no hate on that at all. I mean, obviously she knows the audience and does a fantastic job doing that. I was surprised that. But you know, I guess if you can sell feet pictures, you know, on OnlyFans, you can. I guess there's somebody for everything out there.
So, yeah.
There's entertainment for everybody.
Yeah,
just
you
gotta
know
figure out-
what's funny? I got my family McDonald's today, right? And my wife decided, well, let me do a quick short video. And it's just that, hi guys, I might eat this and just eating a freaking McDonald's burger. She got how many views in seconds, literally?
That's a TikTok video.
Okay.
No, it wasn't even on TikTok. It was a YouTube
This-
short.
Short.
And I ain't gonna lie. There was a one day when I did the Pocky one chip challenge on my YouTube.
Oh, I
Totally
saw it.
out of my element. I never do those type of things, but that's the most viewed video on my channel. I was like, wow, that's okay, but I don't do that content. But it was fun to do with the kids, you know.
I'm about to do a video eating a raw habichuela and chicken.
Todd Levy Brown. I missed the first part. Okay, so I made a decision, Todd. I am getting a refund. I'm not rolling it over into V2. I'm just going to take that 2,300 Matic tokens and roll some into OPT3 and probably buy a little more MMAI and then some XRP. I think that's how I'm going to split that up. But yeah, I decided I'm going to cover it still because it's still a good soap opera to watch and to talk about. So, and I know a lot of people are rolling theirs over to V2. So we're gonna see what happens. I don't even want to know. So yeah, we were talking about ASMR.
I read Daniel's comment down below. Maybe.
Oh
Yeah, I was just looking at it too.
yeah. So here's the thing, right? Like you were talking about the Pocky One Chip Challenge, Chaka.
Uh-huh.
People want to. That's the human nature, right? We want to see a train wreck.
Yeah.
We don't want to see the puppy and the flowers, you know,
Mhm.
taking a stroll. And we want to see somebody burning their mouth off, swearing, you know, really being upset about their decision they just made.
Yeah.
That's what people want to see, and that's just the sad truth, really.
Yeah, that
'cause
was
I
very
watched it.
apparent.
I was entertained.
And I tried my hardest. I was like, I'm not going to cuss. I'm going to keep it family friendly. And then, nope. It was just
Nope,
like,
that did not last long.
it did not happen.
ASMR licking. I didn't even want to see that, honestly. And then I think about, I watched some of Austin's old mukbang, and I'm not sure exactly what that means, but he just eating,
Mhm.
just watching him eat, you know, different things. I think nobody wants to watch me eat. Right? You can go down to the farm, you know, I'm sure you can watch some pigs, you know, eat their slop. Nobody's going to want to watch me eat food. That just seems very
You know what's funny is that I was actually thinking just for the fun of it, because honestly, I feel uncomfortable at times just being at a restaurant and I'm eating, because literally people love to stare. But I was just saying, what if one day I just buy whatever and just have Sonia feed me? Does it still count as a ASMR?
To have somebody feed you.
And I
Can
gotta
you-
say, the other day, like last week, talking about Ozm's mukbang, or if I'm pronouncing it right, mukbang videos, his eating videos.
mukbang.
So I watched a couple. I was so entertained just because I only knew Ozm from crypto. So I think I went down the Ozm Austin food video rabbit hole. I don't know if I watched them all, but I watched a lot in one night. it was a very entertaining night.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Crypto Realist Jeremy says, so strange indeed. I want to know who the first to do that and what was their mental process, what stages they went through to get to the point of doing it. You know what I thought about? I thought about, you know, how long, I mean, obviously as long as social media has been around, when was the first time people started posting pictures of their food, right? Like this is, I'm at a nice restaurant. Here's my plate, right? And that was the thing. And I thought that was weird, you know, when it first started. So I don't know if as ASMR was out after that, is this a recent thing?
And I
Or is
wonder
this
if it
been
started
kind of
by
thing for a
accident. I
while?
wonder if it started by accident. Maybe someone just was eating something on camera and it caught on. I'm curious now.
Yeah, but I watch.
No, but you
I'll
know
admit.
what's crazy is that it works. As a matter of fact, right now, if I'm honest with you, anything else is getting more views than crypto content. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, crypto is an absolute train wreck too, which is funny. If you'd think people would want to see it go down in flames, you might get more views on that.
Yep.
But you know what's I also watch, and I'll admit I watch eating contests. You know, these guys just absolutely gorge themselves on, a 30-ounce steak and a potato and everything. You know, these contests they do at these restaurants, right? And I watch just to see them not finish. I want to see them eat all that food, be in all that discomfort, and then not win.
Yeah, exactly. I do the same thing.
Crazy amount of followers. Don't even.
You know, we should have like a YouTuber ASMR stream just for the fun of it and see how it goes.
Oh, that would with everybody eating. I don't know how entertaining that would be.
Yeah,
I know, right?
I'm not a clean eater. I get the job done. Just done.
I would do
we
like a
something
hot ones
spicy.
challenge or something.
Hey, look, that would be fun and entertaining, but we all eat something spicy in the stream.
Yeah, like a hot ones. I watched that show
doing
religiously.
pocket chips, bro.
Hot ones is great.
Yeah.
Well, before I did the Pocky one chip, I put it out there, buddy, and it was quick. Nope. Ain't gonna do that. Nope. And I was like, okay, I guess I gotta do it myself.
That's funny. Tim, I did Twitch for a short while and was curious and clicked on one stream, got about 10 seconds where I was like, nope, not for me. My eyes and ears felt violated. That's funny. Oh, look at who's here. John Crispalla in the house.
What up, John?
John, we were just talking about the Panda Project a minute ago. Hope
my
you're
God,
hope you're
John
meeting
sent me
someone.
some Facebook prank and I was cracking up. Like, yeah, I when I get the chance, I'm gonna send it to you guys. But it was hilarious. I don't know if y'all went across TikTok, but they do a lot of pranks. I'm talking about there's a guy that's literally dressed like a freaking tree, and it looks so natural that you won't be able to tell that it's a fake tree.
Really?
And
Yeah,
does he jump out and
there's
scare
one
people,
like
or-
that was funny, but the one that John sent me, it was supposedly a blind guy with a fake dog. And the person that was walking, it made it look like the dog was going to attack her, and she just
Oh, I
jumped
saw
and
that.
grabbed the pizza.
I saw that one. It's on like a really hard like leash. And it's this black dog, and they're like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!"
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's going after,
yeah.
and they freak out. Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
I
how
like
about
watching the pranks of like you said, the people dressed as trees, but I like to see them get I've seen a couple of them get punched. But those are the ones I kind of find entertaining because you don't know what someone's going to do when you scare them.
Absolutely. Not everybody's going to react the same way.
Yeah.
Lazy says
Sounds
mukbang
perfect.
videos are addicting. Haven't figured
The
out why.
one,
You know
the
what's funny?
one
I can't watch it.
where,
Hmm.
the one where they actually bust their behind, like they get so scared, they fall back. I don't know why, but I get a kick out of it.
Fingernail ASMR.
Yeah, what's so
What is
ASMR has been around a long time. 3 years ago, my daughter introduced me to fingernail ASMR. When I found out she had a YouTube channel with like 2,000 followers, she was 10. That got deleted fast. Wow.
Wow.
What is fingernail ASMR?
I
would
would just
look
take
it
a
up, but I'm
guess.
afraid
I'm guessing maybe they're just tapping their nails on different things that make different
Okay.
noises. Maybe.
Okay.
Chaka's not guessing. He tried it. Admit it, bro.
Yeah, you sound kind
I'll
of
do it right now. I guess. It's
fingernail ASMR.
either that or crunching on fingernails. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Oh, is that maybe somebody eating their fingernails? Maybe somebody chewing on them? Ugh.
Nah, I think it's probably just paining them, because if it would have been chewing, then that's just crazy. But look
Wow.
what I found, and it's alone, and it's just screaming my name.
Teddy Grams.
Fingernails, okay.
Yep.
Remember those
Gotcha.
from back in the day.
So Daniel says his FTX videos get more views than MMI because FTX is a train wreck, and I don't doubt that at all. Yeah, people are interested when things go horribly wrong, and they're not always as interested when they're going well.
Yeah.
And that's just the
That's
state
true.
of the human nature. Daniel, I believe it. People love drama. Yep. Tapping nails on
It's true.
things. That's it, literally. Okay.
Like,
Wow.
for example, even my Luna One What Happened video, that has gotten the most view out of all the videos that I have together.
Luna One, is that the metaverse game type
Yep.
project?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna put that theory to test, and I'm going to just do a video of see what happens. I'll let you guys know how that turns out.
So I guess it would be basically just a video of just your hand, right? With some sort of painted nails, maybe. Maybe it's more of a female thing.
That's what I'm saying. I
Okay.
think it gotta be that. I mean,
Chaka looks like a tapper, doesn't he?
if
Yeah,
it would have
I'm
been
no
eating nails, then that's just scary.
Yeah, but yeah,
Imagine. Hold on. Me doing it. Hold on. Let me see. So this I gotta hold my nail.
Yeah.
You know what, Waddy? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to watch that.
I don't want to watch it again.
I think I just unsubscribed.
But oddly enough, 50 more people just jumped in the
But
chat.
50 more people just jumped in. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I guarantee you there you'd get people who enjoy that.
Yeah.
Chaka will triple his subscribers. Yeah. Where are you at right now, Chaka? You're climbing.
You know what? Let's see.
I think your numbers are moving.
I yeah. Not sure what's going on, but I'm at 745 now.
Oh, so we're right there, Chaka. Let me
Yeah.
see
All
where
right,
I'm
this is
at.
an
And
order to
they
everybody.
go
Go
up and down.
subscribe.
I was at 750 earlier today. I lost 5, but it's all
Yeah,
good.
don't you hate when that happens? Because I noticed that at times I get like, let's say 730, and then when I go check, it's like 724. And then I go
Yeah.
and check again, but now I'm at 733. Now I go check
Yeah.
again, now I'm back to 730.
I usually try not to look at them much, but I just happened to notice. Like I was like, yeah, I'm people are actually subscribing to me, and I was noticing that it was growing a little bit. I was like, this is a very humbling moment. I was super excited. Still, I'm super stoked.
What I learned in this process is, and I didn't want to look at subscribers because they go up and down, and some days you lose 2 and then you gain 1, then you lose 3 and then you gain, right. It's so
Mhm.
and it's it can be frustrating, but you really need to look at it in terms of which videos are actually getting the subscribers,
Yeah.
and then do more of that content, because that's obviously is what's attracting people, and then just do more of that content.
Mhm.
That really helped me kind of drill it down to more specific items. Stable Fund obviously helped a lot for me because, you know, it's a degen play and people love that kind of crap.
Yeah.
So, but then you can tell, like if I do a Luna C video and you could tell in the video that I can't stand that project, nobody's going to watch it. So,
Yeah.
so then I don't do more of that. That's kind of really, that did help me a lot. And I went from probably where you're at, you know, 700, 750, you know, to over 1,000 in a relatively short period of time, just really trying to dial the analytics down on my channel and kind of put more stuff out there, what people like. Obviously I have to enjoy it too. Otherwise it's just, it comes across, you know, poorly.
Well, that's
And I
that's
think
why
up
the
until
network-
now, yeah. Oh, I
No,
was
go
gonna say,
ahead.
I think up until now, I've just talked. I've done so many AMAs. I started off with my channel. Why so many projects wanted to do an AMA on my channel, I'm not sure, but that's how I started. So I got used to that process. But then again, I wasn't just concentrating on one project. Now there's a few projects that I really like, and the community has shown a lot of love that I'm starting to find my direction. You know, starting to come to a little bit.
I think, well, I'll be here for a few more. Jeremy, if you want to hop on for a little bit, I got nothing going on.
Yay!
Oh, it's really dull right now.
No, I was gonna
Yeah, so
say
that's-
the hardest part that, like, and I get it too. Like, if I do a video talking about whatever drama is going on, I get views. But you see, that's my problem. Like, I don't want to base my channel just on drama.
I still want to have fun, and I want to talk about what I want to talk about. You know,
Yeah.
I want to be able to enjoy it. AMAs, I do enjoy AMAs. It gives a project a chance to jump on my platform, talk about the
Exactly.
project. It's not me talking about the project; it's them, and then it gives me a chance to look at the person, and I get a better vibe when I can look at a person and hear and see their facial expressions when they answer the questions. I get a better vibe that way than just
Yeah.
listening to, you know, a recording on like a Twitter space or something.
Yeah, and I think that helps if you, I mean, it all depends on your intention, right? What's your intent? If your intent isn't to get monetized or to grow a huge YouTube channel, then that will set you, you know, on one path. You know, if your idea is to get monetized and to grow a big channel, you're going to really have to kind of narrow down that content to a few less things, let's say.
Yeah,
And I
you're
think
right.
that's why, you know, if you have a ton of different AMAs on all these different kinds of projects, you're getting let's say there's a very small market for each one of those, very, very small.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And especially NFT projects, because they come and go so quickly. And then
Yeah.
somebody hops over to a different one. So it's, to me, that's kind of where I didn't want to do a lot of AMAs, even though I did try in the beginning. I tried to get some AMAs, but I just couldn't get any traction with it. Nobody liked me, apparently. Just
Don't
fine.
put it that way.
I'm joking.
Hey,
I'm joking.
you want some AMAs? Let me know. I'll hook you up. I
No,
know
see,
I'm doing that.
what I wanted to do is I wanted to build an XRP channel. But that's much more difficult because it's just much more serious content and a lot more. It's just a lot more complex than a lot of other projects are, and not a lot of people are really interested in that, especially coming from me as a new YouTuber. I don't have the
Yeah.
experience. I don't have the like I said, the experience with it. So I had to figure out another way to grow the channel while I'm introducing XRP. And now I can spend a little bit more time doing XRP stuff and try to grow that portion of my channel. Because anybody who watches XRP on my channel, for the most part, doesn't care about Stable Fund or some other degen
Yeah.
DeFi stuff. So it's,
And I think, okay, I think the reason that all the AMAs originated, because I wanted to talk about something that I was invested in and that I, you know, knew about. So it was Ethereum and Kronos were my two biggest, you know, investments. And Ethereum just wasn't fun for me. So I was like, I don't want to talk about Ethereum no more. And then so I started talking about Kronos, but that led to a bunch of Kronos projects wanting to do AMAs. And I was cool with it because I'm like, okay, I'm big on Kronos. And that's how all these AMAs, you know, started. I was like, man, I'm like giving every Kronos project an AMA on my channel. But now that I'm honing it down to just projects that I've actually, you know, I love these projects. I believe in them.
Yeah.
I can see stuff going on. I feel more comfortable talking about them, and I can see the results starting to come along now.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like for example, when I started my YouTube channel, I was used to say two things. One, I don't want to base it on drama and problems and conflict and all that. So I try not to fight any project. But you know what? At the end of the day, there's certain situation that you don't have a choice but to let the community know, well, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
This project ain't worth your money. So redo your research, whatever it is. And people actually like that because I could tell. Now, the other thing is, I wanted to base my channel on just blue chips. I just wanted because that's where my strong suit is. I know how to invest on, you could kind of say, the top first 1,000 crypto coins. Like, I know their worth and I know where they're going to go in the future. So, long story short, Jeremy!
What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, man?
Okay. Long story short, it got to a point where I noticed that even though I was bringing real data, real projects, I still wasn't getting enough views. So I started talking about meme coins. I started getting a little more traction. I started talking about NFT and I got even more traction. But now it's like, okay, I'm getting the traction. I'm updating certain things, getting the followers, but I don't feel like I'm getting the right amount of views that
Yeah, it'll all, you'll figure it out after time. I'm still, I mean, I'm still new, so I'm still figuring out. But Jeremy, Crypto Realist is right. If you cover the train wrecks, right, people want to see that, right? And that's what
Right.
I've said.
Yeah.
So, and also, to your point, Wadi, I only wanted my channel to be about positive stuff, right? But
Mhm.
unfortunately, at the end of the day, if projects that you're covering do bad things, or you think they do bad things, and you're sulking at home, but you're not allowing yourself to put that out on video, then I think you're doing yourself a disservice, because people who are subscribed to you, they're subscribed really to you because they like you, they like your authenticity. And if you're holding back the negativity, they can also see that, and they're like, well, hey, how come you're not being honest? I want the good and the bad, and a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
mean,
people want the same thing.
because
I think Jeremy-
they can see it for themselves right there. On if they're looking up the project, they can see the negative parts of it.
Yeah, and if you're not covering it, they're like, why are you not being honest about it?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, like see with XLM, which is Luna One and Jeremy knows, and probably all you guys know, I was into that project like hardcore. I really believed that project was going to be a blue chip project. At the end of the day, what did they do? They didn't rug in a sense, but whatever trick they did there, all I know is that with the bag that I had, and they said that it was going to be listed on Bitmart, it showed that I had $15,000, 15,680. Now, that was the same amount of coins that I had. So, with that being said, I did the math and I saw it as if the coin was going to get listed right off the bat with a 4.1 burn, 4.1 billion out of 10 billion tokens and all the money that they already collected, whatever. I thought that was going to be a $1 to probably hit $2 or $1.50. At the end of the day, they never released it at the price that it was supposed to be released, which was 25 cents. Automatically, already like 3x my money. And yeah, long story short, they play everybody. They released the token at 5 cents when everybody bought between 15 and 25 cents. The distribution price was supposed to be 25 cents. And doing the math with the burn and all that, I would have figured that it would have been $1 eventually or immediately.
So, Jeremy, you were in this one too, or you were following that?
Oh God, no, absolutely not. Hell no.
Jeremy
They
said,
tried for
KYC,
months in the
hell
chat.
no.
They tried for months in the chat to get me. They're like, Jeremy, you get in Luna 1? No, not doing Luna 1. Not touching it, guys.
So, did they screw up, or was this intentional? You think?
No, I think it was intentional because, like I said, it doesn't. There's a lot of things that doesn't add up. Like, for example, one, they changed the contract at last minute. Two, like literally, they just came out with a new contract out of nowhere. Didn't really explain why. And two, when they listed it, it was supposed to be the distribution price on their page, which was 25 cents. So they listed it at 5 cents. And right now that is probably about 1 penny, 2 penny on Bitmart. But now this is where it gets better. And this is where we're really going to get dramatic. Guess what's the next exchange they're going to be on?
What?
Dojo Swap.
What?
What? Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Dojo Swap, huh?
Yep.
Is that project still around? Are they still above water?
I mean, what do you consider above water?
I mean, they still exist, I guess, right?
Yeah, they're still in the
No,
pond.
Okay, they're not doing anything.
There exists in a zombie world, if you get what I mean.
Gotcha. Thankfully, John Crispal, can you never? You can never go wrong with keeping it real. Oh yeah,
Exactly, John.
So now, Jeremy, you took a break for a while just
I
because
did.
it's, things just got stupid, and in the crypto world,
Absolutely.
and I totally get that. Even though I don't think I saw all your videos, I didn't see anything wrong
Well, I
with any
appreciate that.
of them. So yeah, I'm usually just lurking back in the.
See, that's the thing with me. I've still been around. I just haven't been making videos. I'll still be in chats. I'll still be on Twitter. I still watch and see what's going on and keeping an eye on things. But the space during this summer, as the market kept going down and down and down, everybody's panties were up their ass, and it was just a toxic space to be in. And it was like, why am I subjecting myself to that? I don't need to do that. So
Right.
I kind of took a step away, readjusted where I wanted to be in life, and just kind of, my mental state was like, hey, do I want to do crypto? Do I want to make content? How do I want to do this? Like, because my intention a year ago was to not necessarily be on stream or, have my own channel or anything like that. That shit just kind of happened. And it's like, do I really want what's in front of me? And it took me a little bit. And after a while, and the waters kind of calmed down and things played out, and I was like, yep, okay, now let's dive back in and dip my toes back in and start doing my thing again. And here we are.
Gotcha. Well, I'm glad you're back. I mean, I enjoy your content. You do. You're very smart, and I think you're very articulate in a way that that makes people understand that you do your research. Like you're the guy digging in the weeds, doing the research, and I always appreciate that. I don't always do that deep a dive that you normally do. So I probably steal some of your content or some of your research.
That's fine.
Use it for myself.
It wouldn't be the first time somebody has, so that's quite all right. But I put things out there, for people to look at, to think about, and to just kind of understand. I've always had that mentality of, all right, so and so's being this way. Well, has anybody ever told them about the 180 degrees? And I try to maintain that equilibrium with a lot of people. They'll have their hopium, but then I'll be like, hey, what about this or what about that, and start questioning things. And I kind of do that in my normal everyday type of thing. You know, if I hear something, it's like, okay, let's go verify that. And then you start digging and digging and digging. It's like, okay, things start to come up, and you start looking and you start doing your research. And it's like, okay, here's my questions of that person or that thing or that project or whatever the hell is going on. You've got your research, you've got your information laid out in front of you that you can present it, you know, that not necessarily the argumentative side, but the opposing view. And if you've got all that information in front of you, you're good to go. You have everything ready to make your decision.
Yeah, and that usually rubs people the wrong way, or certain people the
It
wrong
does.
way once you
It does.
start messing with their spin bubble that they're in. Like that, all they can see is the hype, and they don't want to see any facts and figures. And
Yep, I'm not an echo chamber person.
yeah, I think I learned that pretty quick with you listening.
And I don't have a problem
basically-
voicing my concerns or my questions either. And a lot of times it's not for, you know, any nefarious reasons. It's just because, hey, I want to know. This question is there. I want to know why. And this dates back to Saitama and just questioning literally everything. And one of my things was that I won't even call it a catchphrase, but one of the things that I started saying early on is you got to think critically. And if you don't think critically, you're not looking at the entire picture.
That's true.
Yeah, because there's more than one facet to every single.
What's up, Bernie?
We're talking about crypto. Bernie, thanks for joining us here. I appreciate it. Hope your Saturday is going well.
What up, Bernie?
But yeah, you're 100% on that. Critical thinking
Yep.
is not for everybody, and if you challenge, anything that they're saying, like I said, it turns into a war,
Right.
And that's just.
And
but
some
you
people
have-
consider that like, bringing in FUD. It's not FUD if you're asking legitimate questions or trying to make a legitimate point. And not everything is sunshine and rainbows. And there's always going to be somebody that's going to see the dark cloud in the horizon, and as that gets closer, they're going to be like, all right, let me dig into that. What can I use this for, and put that out there about this, and try and bring down this person or this project or this situation or whatever. And it's all about just having all of that information up front and just getting it out of the way and dealing with it.
Right. And yeah, no bad intent intended. And I see what
None
you're
at
doing
all.
with MetaMonkey also, which is again appreciated. I know that you're doing some extra research, and
Mhm.
you're pointing out facts and figures, and
Yep.
letting everybody know, like, hey, there's a certain way that this needs to be marketed, and we need to make sure that we're accurately depicting what the story that's going on here.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
that's
obviously this is, from the Telegram group, and, the conversation's kind of trending that way. And just to, address the situation, I had some questions, and I've known about MetaMonkey long before today. I was introduced to MetaMonkey back in the very beginning, and was asked if I would like to be part of the content creator group back then. And I turned them down. And I had my questions. I did a little bit of research and felt that it wasn't a fit for me. Plus, I was already on that mindset of I needed to step away. So I was like, okay, I'm not taking this on. It's just too much for me. It's like I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's just not it. That's not the one. And over the last 3 months, the more information I've seen, the more information I've gotten, the more I've dug into this, the more I've heard about the actual project. Because 3 months ago, there's virtually nothing out there other than the pure wallet and the offline transactions. Now the whole story's come about, and I'm able to get more information. I'm able to dig a little bit more, and I'm finding out things. And it's like, okay, I'm really starting to dig this project. I kind of like it. I've had a lot of conversations with Austin, and I'd probably say it was about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, there was a conversation that was happening in chat or on stream or something between him and a couple of other people, and something clicked, and I messaged him, and we got on the phone after he got off his stream, and we sat and talked for, I don't know, I think I want to say it was like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. We were on a phone call, and I'm just questioning him, drilling him, digging into the situation, trying to get my questions answered. And he knew it wasn't because I was fudding the project or, asking these hard questions, because if I'm asking them, there's other people that's going to ask them or already asking them. And he cleared up a lot of the information, and the way that some things were being said caused some confusion in my head on how Pure Wallet actually works with this whole offline transaction, cold wallet, hot wallet, all of this other stuff, right? And the way that they were explaining it was not the way that I understood it in my head. And then once him and I had that conversation and it clicked, that's when I was like, oh, and I took a step back and I'm like, fucking Austin, I think I understand why you were so into this one right now. I'm like, and I still had to come around. I had to did some more research and did some more digging, had some more phone calls with him. And, here we are. And, I am definitely on board with MMAI, and I can see where this is going. And, I can't say that about a lot of projects in the last 12 months.
Yeah.
That's for sure. That is for sure. Very few. A project coming out right now,
Very
it's
few.
going to be extremely difficult to make it.
Bernie, I'm gonna kick his ass.
Daniel, I'm good. Lazy Jedi, just reading some of the stuff here. In many countries, you can't criticize, particularly the possibility of imprisonment. Critical thinking would dictate. Yes, 100% sniff.
I'm waiting for the John comment.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Get to the John.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back, brother. Great to see you back in the scene. You know what, though? I remember our chat with regards to Luna 1. I give you permission right here now to say I told you so. Okay.
John, this is for you. I told you so. Oh, I told you guys to stay away from that one. I told everybody.
No, actually, Jeremy did tell me, but I was already too late. And, to be honest with you, it's crazy, but everything works out in a weird way. Like, for example, one of my friends that I even told her about Luna 1 right off the bat, because she knows I'm good for detecting coins. I mean, lately I've been a little bit off, but usually I study the projects and I could tell if it's going to be a hit or not.
Mm-hmm.
And I have made her and other guys some money before. That's one of the reasons why I decided to become a YouTuber. So, long story short, I told her about Luna 1 right off the bat. She put in 5K. And the other day, I called her up before they launched on BitMart. And she's over here excited because when you do the math, her 5K was about 12,000 and some change being released at the price that they say that was going to release it. So this is what I mean. Things happen in a weird way. Can you believe that she changed her phone and didn't save the C phrases to her wallet?
Oh.
Yeah, meaning that if she still would have had the C phrases to that wallet, and she would have noticed that Luna 1 wasn't what we all thought, hell would have break loose, pretty much.
So almost
But
a good thing.
I'm just telling you guys, like, to what point I actually believe that the project was good to go.
And see, that's the crazy thing about these spaces and these projects, especially before they've launched. You have no idea how good or bad the project really is, because they're hyping it up to launch. Then launch happens and shit happens, and then it dumps. You never know, or it takes the fuck off and it goes 8,000x right off the bat. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I allowed to cuss on your channel?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, so
Only
I
up to
F-bomb a lot.
7.
Okay, so
No, I was gonna say no. You're not allowed to curse. We're about to send you bar soap.
It's one of those things. It's a respect thing. Some people don't cuss on their channel, and I respect that. And it just F is like, I told this to my wife earlier today. The F-bomb is like the word "the" in my language. Like in my use of language, it's like "the." I use it everywhere.
That's my everyday life is usually filled with F-bombs. So
Yes. Okay. So we're cool then. But
Yeah.
basically, you never know what's going to happen on a pre-sale. And, I think all of us have gone through the pre-sale phase because we got lucky off of 1 or 2 pre-sales. And it's like, okay, let's dip our toes in the pre-sale for a little bit. And then we get wrecked for a little bit. And we're like, okay, we're done with pre-sales.
Mhm.
And then you could come across another one. You're like, oh, that one might change my opinion on the pre-sales. And you're like, let me throw a couple $100 at that. And next thing you know, it's worth 57 cents.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was talking
Yeah.
about earlier about the different people in that get into these projects, and most of them, unfortunately, from a developer standpoint, they're only getting in for that initial pump, and then they're gone. They could care
Exactly.
less about the community. They care less about the project. And I wasn't unhappy about MetaMonkey, about it going the way it did,
Right.
because I didn't care, so I didn't
Right.
have to worry about it.
Because you
Um,
believe in the project.
I believe in the project, and the people
Right.
that are still here believe in the project. So we don't need to worry about, guys just pump and dump at this point. So
Right.
yeah.
And there was
I
never
don't-
really a
what
pump
it is.
or a dump. I mean, it sold off because people weren't happy that they didn't get their 8X. And I've made this
Thank
point a
you.
couple of times. I know Austin's and many of you guys have said this to your audiences. People sold because they didn't see the 8X right off the bat. They didn't
Yeah,
see
course.
the point of holding on and waiting it out, because so many people in crypto these days, they want that call. They want that pump and dump so they can get that 8X and move on. A lot of people thought that that's what MMAI was, and it was not. It never has been a pump and dump. They're building off of natural, growth, and they're delivering products on their timeline that they're not promising a date on and just saying, hey, it's coming out soon. We expect December. Cool. If it happens to be January 5th, that's close to December. But if it's April 2023, then that's the problem. And a lot of places, they trip over their own feet because they go, we're going to release something on December 26th, or we're going to release something on December 8th, or we're going to release something on January 8th. And next thing you know, it's June a year and a half later when they finally do something. That's why people get upset.
No,
Yes.
not only do they deliver late, but they deliver and their shit's still not running properly.
Right. That's true. And we're at that phase with MMAI right now. Sorry, Chuck, I saw you about to say something. Go ahead.
No. I was turning my mic off because there's
Okay.
my dog.
Gotcha. And that's the phase that we're at with MMAI right now, is that we're at that prove it phase. We've built the community. We have a community. We're now waiting for the full release of Pure Wallet. We're waiting the full release of the metaverse and seeing how they're going to grow out the metaverse and the other things that they're going to do for their project, right? So that's where we're at now. And you know what happens to good projects when they release their good products.
They're going to go. Yeah. They're
They're going to go.
going to
go
go
up.
That's exactly. Yeah. So that's MMAI. I know the metaverse thing right now, they have to work on it. And I can't imagine the amount of programming and work that takes to get these updates. And then who considers the next update, right? What are they going to visualize, in the next metaverse update that we're going to be able to notice?
Right. And that's the
Hopefully they
crazy
drive
thing.
you.
We're so early on this metaverse that they've put out. We literally have 3 square blocks to walk around in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And knowing technology, they've already got the vast majority of the skeleton built. Now they're just building on like the texture layers. One of the things that I was able to do, if you guys didn't mess around with it, is I was able to get outside of the confined walls of those three square blocks that we had, right? You can get out of that and you can walk around outside of those barriers and you can see what they're building. And the fact that they've thought about the things that they're doing in the metaverse is kind of crazy. It absolutely is kind of crazy.
Leave it up to crypto realists to be able to get out of the metaverse.
You know what's funny?
When I heard about that, I was like, how did he do that?
Yeah,
My
'cause
5-year-old
I
did it.
haven't been able to figure that shit out.
Your
My
5-year-old?
5-year-old did it.
Oh, did he?
Oh, he did.
What?
Yeah,
Stop
he did. He
playing.
straight up did it. He's like, Dad, I just glitched the game. I'm like, what? What'd you do? And I see him out walking around on like complete open surface, like on a hoverboard, and going out to these other portions of the maps that they've built out. I'm like, holy crap, dude, how'd you do that? And he showed me how he did it. I'm like, okay, let me try and replicate. Took me about an hour and a half, but I was finally able to do it. And now I can do it consistently and get outside of the map and go walk around. I can actually get a car outside the map now and go drive around.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
All right, we're gonna have to talk after this, after we quit streaming.
I got you.
Talk
That's
about
fun.
doing your own research. He's like, well, let me find out what you haven't even released yet.
I'm trying to
Sneak
break
peek
that
at
shit so I can find
Yeah.
out wwhat's going on.
No, but you know,
Pretty soon your
that's-
bank's gonna have like $2 million sitting in it. You're not gonna know where it came from.
Mhm.
I'm okay with that.
Hey, fellas, my wife made turkey pot pie, and if I want to be able to stream anymore, I need to go eat it.
You better go make that wife happy.
Yep. What
It's
you
been
gotta
a
do?
pleasure,
All right,
fellas.
go ahead,
Nice
Chaka.
talking to
Take it
you.
easy, Chaka.
Enjoy.
Good talking.
See ya.
Take care. No, but you know, this is the thing. Like, I was just talking to another friend of mine where we were talking about MetaMonkey AI, and we had like a little discussion about, oh, but look at where the chart is at, and look at this and look at that. Like, he's trying to convince me that I'm wasting my time, right? Now, I'm trying to convince him that he's wrong because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So, this is another thing that I like about MetaMonkey AI. For example, not only that Austin is also supporting the project and we're all his friends and he's our friend and he's a great guy overall, but also the fact that we actually get to test what they're working on.
Yep. We have access to that.
Yeah. What other project has allowed us to actually test whatever they're working on?
Well, I will say this. Most tech companies have a test group that they drop things off. Like we have what we've gotten has already been tested by the developers and their internal group. So now they're giving it to us for feedback and for their, testing. But not many projects will do that in regards to getting it out to like influencers or content creators or people that's in the Telegram chat or things of that nature.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen because you want that outside voice to say, hey, this is something wrong. This needs to be changed. This has to be done a different way. And most tech places will do that. I'm not saying all of them, but many of them do in some form or fashion.
Yeah. No, but I mean, so far, or at least the time that I have with the crypto experience, to have that much, well, or you could kind of say direct connection
Right.
to the developer or the CEO. You understand? Like, so far, I haven't experienced that onto MetaMonkey AI.
Right.
Yeah, this is a new experience, I think, for a lot of us. And it's nice to see. Builds trust. And it builds trust in the community, especially when they allow us to look at it, and they also allow us to broadcast that out to the general
Yep.
public, which is the rare
Yep.
thing. So that really kind of confirmed it for me. I'm in it long term. As long as I can be on the team, I'm going to be on the team. It's never a waste of time because time is going to pass either way, and I'm going to waste. If I'm not doing this, I'm definitely wasting it doing something else. So to me, it's it's irrelevant.
But not only that, like, for example, he might have a bit more than me as far as eating. I get it, right? But now
You're breaking
I've
up.
been asking,
Yeah, you're breaking up, Waddy.
how many times you invested in an Eno project and got wrecked? How
All
many
of them.
times that you invested on a pre-sale and got wrecked? Now, another thing
lot.
that I told him is, how many times have you heard developers using an excuse on why they can get on CoinMarketCap, why they can't get on CoinGecko, why they can't get on exchanges. And I told them, look, MetaMonkey AI did everything basically in 1 week. They got CoinMarketCap. They got listed right away on Lbank and Bitmark. And then next thing you know, we have BKX and Probit. Now, you tell me, does that tell you anything?
Well, you get into these new projects and you wonder what developers are thinking, right? Like they think they're going to come out and they're going to reinvent the wheel. They're going to do everything that they want to do, and they don't even consider the community that they're trying to.
Nope. They're there just for this.
Yeah, so so having Austin kind of there in their ear helps a lot. You know, if they're going to listen, right? You have to listen to somebody who's been in this space. The crypto space is not anything like the real world, like the real world of finance out there. They don't listen to the community, right? It's buys and sells. It's supply and demand. Here, people get emotional, right? Here, there's tribalism. Here, there's all of these different things we have to deal with in the crypto community. And that absolutely has to be taken into account for the developers. And just like Jeremy was saying, like they can't give specific dates and then not meet those dates. They can't, there's a lot of things they can't do that they don't understand yet. Okay. And on their end, they don't think it's a big deal.
Yep.
You know, if they put a date out and they just miss it by a couple of days or whatever, but they don't understand the psychology of the group of idiots that are out here, you know, putting money into these projects. They don't, you know, they have an idea of what they want and the way it should look. And if you don't make it look that way, then they're going to panic and they're going to run. So
see, the thing a lot of people misunderstand about crypto is, and this is truly an opinion of mine, and you can agree with it or not agree with it. It does not matter to me, but crypto projects are as degenerate as much as the crypto investors are. So 99% of crypto projects are degenerate. They are failures. Same thing with crypto investors. 99% of crypto investors are degenerate, and many of them fail at crypto because they're chasing these 1,000Xs, these 100Xs that they want to. They're providing exit liquidity for the 1%. That's an exaggeration, but they're providing the exit liquidity for the seasoned investors that know what happens in these projects.
Yeah, you're right, and that is, of course, you're talking primarily in the DeFi space, right?
DeFi.
What we consider the DeFi space. Yeah,
I'm not talking about like blue chips or anything along those lines. I'm talking about the Poopy Buddy News, the shit Tamas, the whatever meme token space that we're out there. 99% of them are absolute garbage.
Right.
1% of them are good.
Be around. Yeah, very few 1% will be around you now. Yeah, I agree 100%. 100%.
Yep. And when you find that 1%, you stick to it.
Yes. Yep. I certainly agree. And I think MetaMonkey's got the one thing that these most other projects don't have or don't even consider is the outside of crypto utility, right? You have my biggest complaint with like Shiba, right? Even though they've hundreds of thousands of investors, they've come a long way since it started. But it doesn't exist outside of crypto. So, you know, that the regular person has no reason to even know their name, right? And when you talk about MetaMonkey or other projects like this that are going to be catering to people outside of crypto, right? That is where the future is for this space.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's what excites me, you know, about going forward with it.
Oh, we got King Savage in the house. What's going on?
I got to mention John Crispala. He says it's like the show Upload, you know, when you're, and I think he's talking about when you're venturing outside of that metaverse, right? I don't know if you've seen that, Jeremy or Waddy, but Upload. I love that show. It's a great show. Basically it's a guy sort of in the future. He dies, but they can upload his consciousness into like the metaverse so he can live out his, you know, the rest of time just in this metaverse world, but still having his, you know, everyday memory.
Interesting.
Is this a TV series?
Yeah.
I think I don't know if it was on Netflix or what. John, do you remember what that was on? It's funny. It's
It's
pretty
on Amazon
pretty good
Prime
show.
right now.
Okay, Amazon Prime. That's probably where I saw it.
Yeah.
But yeah, give it a
Does
give it
it
a
have
watch.
that chick from
like
Two
that.
Broke Girls on it?
The blonde girl.
Yeah.
Yes, that's her.
Okay, then I've got the right TV series up.
But it does kind of poke fun at the whole the metaverse, and plus religion, and the ever after and all that. So if you're into a little bit of irreverence, that might be for you.
Oh, this would be. I might have to watch that. Looks very
Yeah,
interesting.
Savage.
I might have to look into it myself because I have no shows to watch. I was watching
show.
Superman and Lewis. That's done. Which one I was watching too? Which, by the way, you haven't checked it out. It's Superman married to Lois. They have twins. Pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I just finished season 2, and what other show? I was watching Game of Thrones, but that's done. I'm not sure how I feel about She-Hulk.
I really don't watch TV, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
I haven't watched TV
90%
in a
of my
very long time.
90% of my viewing is usually YouTube videos. So
Take care, Tim.
that's my TV.
Yeah, exactly. I'm more entertained by content that way than
Yeah.
I am versus what's on television.
Yeah,
Now,
King
when
Savage. Let me say hi. Let me say hi to King
when I
Savage.
need a break from YouTube and everything else, I gotta find something to watch. Right now, I'm actually watching a Japanese drama series with my daughter. She loves it. So
A Japanese drama. That's interesting.
yeah, I mean, I read the subtitle. I just like the fighting. There's a lot of action.
Oh, gotcha.
That's
gotcha.
it.
I can't do
I-
subtitles.
I could say another one I watched. I just started this. I think it's the second season or third season. Is Dead to Me with Christina Applegate.
Which one?
Oh, did you see her walk of fame? The star, Hollywood star.
Yeah.
Her ceremony.
Yeah.
That was pretty sad.
Yeah. It is. It was. But the show they did is pretty good. The whole series is.
I've heard that that was a really good series.
Yeah. Tim Shea, take care if you're still around. Thanks for showing up as always.
All right, take care, Tim.
Gosh, I might have to go soon. I did not realize it is almost 6:00 my time.
Yeah, I gotta hop
It's
off
almost 3
myself.
hours.
I got a couple things to do and a couple boys to help put to bed.
All right, man. I appreciate you
Yeah.
coming on, Jeremy. It's
Yeah,
always
for
good to
sure,
talk to
man. Yeah, for sure. We'll check you guys later. You guys have a great rest of your night, and chat. You guys have a good one too.
you. All right, we'll see you.
You too, Jeremy. Later,
Later.
Sean. Have a
See you,
good one.
Waddy. Thanks for showing up, bud.
No
All right.
problem.
All right, everybody. I do appreciate you guys showing up and showing the love again. I enjoy it always. It's been almost 3 hours, which is kind of crazy. I didn't realize it was this long. So I'm going to hop off and go enjoy the rest of my weekend. You guys do the same. Appreciate it. You guys stay safe out there.